Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. It is a midweek and that can only mean one thing. Champions League football is back, and of course we are live with another deadline stream helping you answer all your important questions, of course rating your teams as well. If you do want your team rating, make sure you're heading over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under my most recent tweet and we will get round to reviewing those a little bit later in today's stream. Like I said, if you've got any questions about your team as well, maybe you've got some injured players or potentially injured players, get them in as well. Obviously over the past half an hour it kind of has broke that Saka and Timber haven't been in training, so if you've got either of those players, I think the wise move is to probably take them out. And I've just looked at my hair and it is an absolute mess. The barnet has not gone well. I can already see we've got some decent lads in the chat. Loving Fantasy Football has said yes, Tom. I know he was in here before the stream even started, so fair play to him. We've also got FPL Sparta. He said, all right, Tom, nice easy question for you. Best two for game week. Valavovic, Regretti and Mbappe. I think Havertz definitely has to be in that conversation. And then I probably would go for Regretti as well. Those would probably be the two for me. Will Saka play tonight? No, he will not. He is not trained today. So unless Arteta's pulling some absolute madness, I don't see him playing tonight. Yeah. It kind of broke on Twitter that he's not been training. So yeah, there's the news on that one. Andy, one of our channel members, he has said, all right, Tom, let's hit that subscribe button, but also the like button as well. He's got the right idea there. Make sure you are liking today's stream, as many likes as you possibly can. Of course, it does push it out to people. Obviously, if we could hit 50 likes, that'd be pretty decent. We've also got a sub goal for today. If we could hit 9.75k by the end of today's stream, that would be absolutely electric as well, as we are slowly approaching that 10k subscriber mark. And if we could do that by the end of this month, it's starting to get a little bit nuts. It is starting to get a little bit nuts. Steve, in terms of replacements, I think Foden definitely has to enter that conversation. Depends how many game weeks you are looking for. A good longer term one potentially could be somebody like Pulisic, who has been pretty much incredible so far this season for AC, on penalties as well. They do have a difficult fixture next week. But longer term, if obviously you are looking to, use that wild card in the knockout stages, a great set of fixtures post game week, match day 4, should I say, as well. So a pretty decent pickup regardless as well. I feel like I might lose my head with the Limitless game week. I've gone through over 20 iterations of my team and I'm never satisfied. Well, like I said, if you do want to send it in, make sure you leave it under my most recent tweet and we'll get that reviewed and hopefully give you an iteration that you are very, very satisfied with going into this match day. Adeyemi replacements. Yeah, I think we're probably going to get this quite a bit, aren't we, today? Obviously, they're currently the highest scoring player in the game. He's at 7 million. You could potentially take a gamble maybe on somebody like a Trossard just for this 1 week with Shakhtar. Obviously, if you wildcard in next week. Obviously, if you're not and you're looking for a more longer-term replacement, obviously, I really like Lookman. I was very big on him last match day. Obviously, delivered as well. I think we've also got to look at people from Milan, so obviously Pulisic, who I'm quite keen on at the moment, as you could probably tell with how I'm looking at this. And then maybe a gamble on a City midfielder as well. The next few fixtures are really decent. I've got Kane and Lewandowski. Who would you choose to play / captain? Well, I probably would play both of them. And I think Haaland is the better captain for the second day of the matches. So that's probably where I'd sit with that one. If you would have been on your Limitless, what would my midfield look like? Very, very valid question. I think it would have Adelola Lookman in it. It would have Pulisic in it. It would have Foden in it. It'd have an Arsenal midfielder in it. And then I feel like who's fancied? Who's fancied by the bookmakers this week? Let's have a look at the fixtures just for this week. Who else would I maybe take a gamble on? Maybe a Monaco midfielder. Potentially a really decent fixture for them. You could always go for Barcola or a Dembele as well. Or maybe an Inter midfielder. However, it does look like the main one I would be looking to target. Çalhanoğlu won't be featuring. Is Dembele a good pick with Pulisic? I don't think they're bad picks, no. I think the only problem with that is longer term, PSG's fixtures are a little bit dishwater. I hope you guys can see that. But yeah, These are their next few fixtures, so obviously if you're not wildcarding next week, you are going to have to deal with them playing Atletico and Bayern Munich. Just a heads up, my team, I will be wildcarding next week. So this week we are, of course, just looking for 1 week punts to have a little bit of fun and a little bit of a gamble with. Not necessarily Martinelli. Again, we're going to have to wait and see if we can try and get any team leaks. I'm tempted with Trossard at the moment. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what team leaks we're sort of getting. Sent my team on X. Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, mate. Havertz or Gyökeres in this particular match day. You know what? If I could get to Havertz, I like my front three as is, and I don't think there's any need to rip it apart. But if I was on a Limitless this week, Havertz probably would be in there ahead of Gyökeres. I think he offers a bit better captaincy potential. We'll look as well a bit later in the stream at projected goals from the betting market, and they have Arsenal doing exceptionally well, and that is why I want to jump into an Arsenal attacker. So yeah, again, would be very, very tempted with somebody like a Kai Havertz, probably over Gyökeres, but I think, you know, it is what it is. Do you know what Man City defenders will play? No. Unfortunately, there's a man called Pep, and he absolutely loves to roulette. So, yeah, trying to predict what Pep's going to do, probably not the best. My advice would maybe be check City Extras team prediction, see what they've got in. Otherwise, I probably would recommend maybe heading over to FOTMob and seeing what they've got in for tomorrow's match. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Manchester City versus Sparta Prague. So they've got Ake, Diaz, Akanji, Lewis in. Again, whether or not that is going to actually be the lineup, we'll have to wait and see. But that's what they've got in on FOTMob. Again, it isn't 100% accurate. There are obviously foibles with their system, and obviously, you know, sometimes they don't. So yeah. If you don't have Haaland, then that's going to be a little bit of a problem. I would probably back the home fixture a little bit more. I think as well, when we'll come on to look at it, the projected goals are probably more in favour of Barca, so probably would be. Surely you've got somebody else playing on that day. Surely you've got like a different City player, or I would prefer to go for a Liverpool player over that. Surely you've got to have someone. News on Saka, yeah, I probably am going to sound like a bit of a broken record for the people that are here for the duration of today's stream. But the news on Saka is that he's not trained today. That is what we've seen on Twitter. So I do not believe he will start in today's match. Yeah, unless Arteta's pulling the rug over our eyes yet again. Yeah, it is what it is. Saka is not predicted to start, no. Gyökeres or Vlahovic, I would actually go Gyökeres, in my opinion. I think Stuttgart aren't that bad a side. Yeah, I really like him as well. I think he could be a decent shout for this game week. Again, just make sure you are checking predicted lineups across the board. FF Bobby as well, over on Twitter if you want to go and drop him a follow. He's an absolute legend for posting stuff like this. Wildcard this week, don't know who to pick as my third striker option. I would be looking maybe a little bit more longer term with the fixtures. And I would probably say, you know, that Gyökeres after this week has a pretty difficult run, so he would probably be out of the mix. I'm not sure what Juve's run's like, actually. Is that decent? Because I could be tempted with somebody. Yeah, Juve's isn't bad, so maybe somebody like Vlahovic. Because that's not a bad run. Obviously, back-to-back away games isn't great. This week's not the worst either, so yeah, I could be tempted with that one. The reason I probably wouldn't go Gyökeres is it's City and Arsenal back-to-back. So yeah, he's probably going to be in a void for the next few weeks. For me, personally. For those next two match days, probably going to be in a void. Hi Tom, what was the website? It is called FOTMob if you want to go and check it out. Again, it does have predicted lineups and they do get them from fairly reliable sources, but again, they are subject to change. Things can obviously, you know, differ depending on news outlets and stuff like that. Is Havertz a good choice? Yeah, I'm a big fan. Big fan. Who do you think will be the top three? I think Jesus will play. I think Havertz will play. But I reckon they'll play like Jesus up top, Havertz at the 10, then left and right, probably maybe like a Trossard and a Sterling, I'm going to say. Yeah, I really like him. Wirtz this week or bring on a wild card? You know what? You could go for Wirtz. They've got Brest. I think After that, though, it does start to get a little bit patchy here. Liverpool away, not easy. Salzburg at home is a great fixture. Inter, Madrid, Sparta Prague, they probably already could be through at that point with how they've started off so well. So I reckon if they win against Brest and Salzburg, they're probably looking pretty decent to go and win that Sparta game as well. So probably not a player I would be going to looking to pick up. Just the fixtures do start to get a little bit more difficult. Is Lookman predicted to start? We can go and have a cheeky little gander, but I believe he is. They play tomorrow, correct? Yeah, they do. Let's have a quick look. It doesn't have it in. Good. It usually does, but it doesn't have it in. I will try and see if I can find a predicted lineup as I was swizzing through all my tabs there. Luckily, I didn't have anything dodgy open. But yeah, I believe he is predicted to start from all accounts that I've seen. I've got Pulisic, Wirtz, Foden, Salah and Zakaria in the Limitless midfield. My concern is only 2 of them are playing today. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. It isn't the worst thing in the world. Maybe you could take a gamble on somebody that does play today. Maybe a Sporting midfielder. They've got a pretty decent fixture, or a Girona midfielder. But at the same time, I really like your midfield. Maybe a PSG midfielder makes their way into that Limitless team rather than Zakaria potentially. Because I like all the other picks you've got playing tomorrow. I think Wirtz, Foden and Salah are a great set. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I've said it like 5 times. I am a big fan. Yeah, I like all the moves you've suggested there, Jack. I think all the players that you're potentially looking at picking up are pretty decent options as well to be going for. Where does he play? Where does he play? Let's go and find him. Who should I replace Saka with? I'm thinking Trossard or Foden. Yeah, I think both are great shouts. You've also got Pulisic as well, who's looking pretty decent. Let me have a quick look at this guy's name. Are you sure you put the right name in there? Because I've just put him into the thing and he doesn't exist. Yes, I was replying to you, my friend. On my wildcard, but I'm taking a 1-week punt on a striker, planning to drop Foden to a 7.5, then my third sub to Lewandowski next mid. Which is the best striker this week under 8 million? I think he's sat in my team with the armband on, to be honest. That's the way I'm going to put that one. I think he's sat in my team with his armband on, all ready to go. Worth spending a transfer for the spend? No, in any sort of fantasy game, goalkeepers notoriously don't score great. It's always, in every single fantasy game, one of the lowest scoring positions. So I'm not going to make a transfer for my goalkeeper. I'm just going to stick it out with Bizot, hope that he makes a few saves. But I would rather spend my transfers on attacking players that I personally believe have better ways to get in. Oh, Foden's definitely a good player. He is definitely a good player. His minutes obviously going to be a risk because of who he plays for and the manager, but he's phenomenal. He is genuinely phenomenal. This is currently what I'm thinking with my team at the moment. Obviously, I'm waiting to see any sort of Arsenal kind of related news ahead of bringing in potentially Trossard, but I'm a big fan of Pulisic in the early kickoff. I think he could do absolute bits. Arsenal, as we'll come on to see with the betting data as well, are really fancied by the bookmakers to go and get a clean sheet this week, so I think Gabriel could be a very, very decent pickup. And then, of course, Trossard is the gamble. Again, there's really, really decent projected goals for Arsenal tonight as well, so it just gives me a few more players to bring in, and yeah. Just like that, really. Obviously, we're wearing the AC Milan shirt tonight as well, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I am feeling pretty confident. Nice, John. The thing with Inter Milan is I reckon they'll heavily rotate again like they did last time, and it was a little bit unpredictable. Again, got head over to FF Bobby's account. He's tweeting, or been retweeting, should I say, all the predicted lineups that he's finding over on Twitter. Salah or Foden? I think Foden could have the bigger upside against Sparta Prague. It's good to have you in the chat, Jamie. Yeah, he's got the right idea as well. Make sure you are hitting that like button and, of course, subscribing to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. If we could get to 50 likes, that would be pretty decent on today's stream. And like I said, we do have a subscriber goal of 9.75k subs. So if you are enjoying any of the content, obviously UCL, EFL, and, of course, FPL content coming your way, we are edging closer to that 10,000 subscriber mark, and it'd be pretty decent to do it. I'm cooked, just 2 transfers, and I've got Carvajal, Kim, Blasic, De Gregor, and Kane in the lineup. I'd leave Kane in. I think that's fine. The man still can score against anyone. I feel quite confident on that one. Carvajal will be an issue because he's eating quite a bit of the budget up. De Gregor, again, wouldn't touch goalkeepers for me personally, in my opinion. I think it could be Saliba and Gabriel. I do think it will be Saliba and Gabriel. Yes, we have clean sheet and goal data. Of course we do. If you want to go and check this out for yourself, head over to Twitter, RobTFPL. Make sure you're giving him a follow. Lots of love over to him. As we can see here, the big standout teams that we are going to be looking to target this week, of course, is Manchester City and Arsenal. Both with home fixtures that are very, very tasty. Both with great projected goals and, of course, clean sheets as well. So definitely worth investing into both of these sides over the next few. And that is why, of course, I am looking at somebody like a Trossard and, of course, a Gabriel for those good defensive numbers and, of course, those really high projected goal numbers. As we can see here, then there's kind of like a smattering of teams, I would say, probably between around 2.35 all the way up till 2.4. You've got Inter, you have got Sporting, Real Madrid, PSG, Girona, Monaco, and Atalanta as well, all kind of sandwiched in there together. It looks like the Barca Bayern game is going to be full of goals. Both teams, should I say, sorry, are projected to do exceptionally well in front of goal for this game week. So that looks pretty decent as well to be going for this game week. Is Saka playing? He hasn't trained today, so I doubt he will play. That's kind of the motto I'm going to give people today. He hasn't trained, so I doubt he'll play. Who to captain today, Pulisic or Havertz? I think I would go off the back of the projected goal numbers here, and we will quickly take a look as well at the projected data in terms of anytime goal projections here, and it does actually have Havertz absolutely smashing Pulisic here. As you can see, 0.55 for Pulisic, Kai Havertz all the way up there on 0.86. He's also got the second best percentage chance of 2+ goals as well. So for me, I think I probably would go with Kai Havertz on that one. Havertz and Pulisic in, Rafinha and Undav out. Any thoughts? I like both of those moves you're suggesting. Ollie Watkins or Gyökeres? What are Villa's fixtures like longer term? That would be my concern. Again, depends what you're doing. If you're on a Limitless this week, which I imagine most people are, then I probably would be a little bit more tempted. The fixtures aren't too bad longer term either. Yeah, I'd probably be tempted with... Who was the other player you suggested? Or Gyökeres. I probably would be tempted more with Gyökeres this week. Better projected goals, higher up on this list as well. So that's probably the way I'd go with that one. Yeah. I mean, he's a player that's not come across my radar, but if you've found him and seen he's got decent goals and assists, this is the thing with this game. There's so many players that sometimes I won't know everybody. Like, I don't sit and watch a lot of European football, I can't lie. I basically base a lot of my decision-making off projected data like this and try and build the best team regarding that. That is kind of how I'm playing this game this season, and so far it's going pretty well. As you can see, 8k rank so far. We had an absolute stellar week. If we hadn't have accidentally benched 30 points in game week 1, we'd be sat here with a rank of 250. So basing a lot of this stuff off data does work. Is Vinny a good pick? I already have Haaland. I mean, he's not a terrible pick. I was speaking to a Real Madrid fan at work, interestingly, and he was basically saying, like, he's really frustrated with how the team is obviously playing. There seems to be no sort of cohesion within midfield. The front line aren't really clicking at the moment, and I think there's probably better options as well. Yeah, we could potentially see a few upsets. Always in knockout football, there is that potential as well. Yeah, it worked out really well. Worked out really well for you rolling, didn't it, man? Really, really well. Let's head back to how my team is looking at the moment. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in as well. Like I said, if we could get to 50 likes in today's stream, that would be pretty nice. Also, like I said, we do have that like goal as well if you want to go for that one. Make sure, not like goal, subscriber goal as well. Make sure if you are enjoying the content, you are hitting that subscribe button as well. Massively appreciated by me, as always. Boom. Still have Musiala. Yeah, I think Musiala's an interesting one because he was named in the matchday squad, which Bayern always put out, but he wasn't, like, he's been in training. I think I was reading on Twitter there's going to be a late call regarding him. So yeah. Valavojevic or Kai? I probably would go Kai. For today, I've gone Gyökeres as captain. If he doesn't hit, I would captain Wirtz instead, or Kane or Lewandowski. What do you think about that? Yep. I mean, as you can see there, Gyökeres was one of the players that was really fancied to do well. Yeah, but the betting markets would have taken into account that Saka's playing. Again, it is all dependent on if players are available to play and stuff like that. Girona are definitely a team for a 1 week punt, but for me personally, I just couldn't find a player that absolutely blew me away compared to somebody like a Pulisic, so I didn't want to make that move. But yeah, definitely, again, a team to be considering. Best goalkeeper-defender combo on the Limitless. I already have Gabriel Raya, Hernandez Raya, Dumfries, DeMarco. Again, I would be very, very cautious going for the Inter players because, it is being reported within Italian media that they are going to be heavily rotating. So again, I would be very, very cautious on that one. Is Havertz on pens if Saka doesn't start today? Probably will be, yeah. I have 150 points so far with no clue what I'm doing. Well, I hope it's working out, man. You know what? We can get you a few more in as well. It does look like the best captain vote is currently going to Erling Haaland. Make sure you're getting your votes in as well. If you are voting for other, let me know in the comments below who you're going to be going for. Will Saka be available? He hasn't trained today, so I doubt it. I don't think Inacho is going to play. I've put him in here because obviously we can take him out. And again, there's not really any defenders in that bracket that I'm obviously absolutely gagging to go and pick up. So we're going to just leave him. Hope for the best. If he plays, he plays. Havertz or Gyökeres? I would be, if I could get Havertz, I would be more tempted with Havertz today. Who am I captaining who to captain tonight? Havertz or Dembele? Again, I probably would be leaning more towards Havertz, to be honest. What do you think about Lookman's minutes? I want to go for him, but 45 on Saturday. Yeah, he's one of those players that does play very, very sparse minutes. But I think he will play decent ones. Maybe that's why he was rested at the weekend. Maybe just read up on a few reports, see what the journalists out in Italy were saying, potentially a reason why he went off in 45 minutes. I think I'd be more tempted with the first three that you named over Watkins. Who should I get in Saka on a free hit? I think you mean Limitless, but I would be tempted with somebody like a Phil Foden, again a Musiala, maybe a PSG midfielder, a Dembele, a Barcola could also be a decent shout with a pretty good fixture as well. Yeah, I mean Dembele is just one of those characters, isn't he? Again, we'll wait and see for the predicted lineup, see what pops out. Go for it. Go for it. Saliba or Gabriel? The reason I probably would say I would be a little bit more tempted with Saliba is because he's now suspended for Premier League games. So I think that means he will definitely start because there might be a bit of rotation tonight within the Arsenal side. And I think, you know what? Saliba, he should be fine. Is it worth taking a -4 to bring in a Carvajal replacement? It depends who you're bringing in. It really, really depends who you're bringing in. I'm probably looking at a -4 this week. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with this game. I think that's the way that I'm going to do with it and just enjoy it. And that's what I've done throughout this whole thing, and it's gone exceptionally well. Enjoy it, be a little bit more attackive, and just if there's a player you think can make up that -4 difference, go for it. 100%. Yeah, again, I don't think DeMarco might not be playing. Again, Bobby retweeted it or tweeted it out. There's going to be heavy rotation. I don't think he's in that one. Again, please go and check out his Twitter just to double check that. Maybe there's been an update since, but that was the news we were getting. Pavlovic, who does he play for? Let me know who he plays for. Again, I don't know every single player in Europe, unfortunately. My brain isn't big enough to compute all that stuff. Jesus could start. Jesus very easily could start. I have Sommer, Raya, Gabriel, Lewis, Frimpong, and Grimaldo. I need one more defender. What do you think is missing? I mean, you've got double Arsenal. You've got a City. You've got two Bayern, Leverkusens, Inter. So I feel you're pretty covered off. Maybe Hakimi, if you could potentially get to him if you're on a Limitless. He could be a decent shout for this week. An Hakimi or someone like that. Do I think Lewis starts? I think, for me personally, yes. I'm going to go with yes. He's in some of the predicted lineups I've seen. Again, though, don't hold me to that if he doesn't play because Pep. Yeah, he is on form at the moment. He is absolutely flying for Atalanta. Do you Limitless? I mean, if your team's looking a little bit of a mess and it looks better next week, then yeah. I would highly recommend using the Limitless chip within the group stages, and there's definitely some interesting fixtures to be going and targeting. A lot of obviously rotated players as well. I know a lot of people have gone quite heavy on Dortmund, Real Madrid, whether or not you've gone heavy on Bayern as well. So yeah, there's some decent fixtures to be targeting this week. I don't think he's an awful captain. He could be a decent captain for today, but not for me personally. He plays tomorrow. Any chance of showing us what a Limitless team would look like on your screen? Yeah. I mean, a lot of the players would probably be similar-ish. Gyökeres, Haaland would still be in there. I probably would have a PSG midfielder, so probably Barcola, Wirtz, then probably an Arsenal midfielder, a Trossard, a Martinelli, depending if we get any kind of elite lineups. Then I probably would be tempted with somebody like Pulisic. And then back three-wise, probably would be maybe looking at a double Arsenal defence. One of Grimaldo or Frimpong. That's probably the way that I'd go with that. There's a few ideas for you. There is a video on my channel as well if you want to go and check that out. Again, my main advice would be, if I'm on a Limitless this week, right, I would be looking, where are the projected goals, where are the projected clean sheets? So City and Arsenal defensively are looking very, very astute. AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Inter and Sporting, also really fancy for clean sheets. Attacking wise, again, it's going to be City, Arsenal, Monaco, Girona, Madrid, PSG. Again, these would be the teams that I would be looking to focus on. Is Salah worthwhile? I mean, as we can see here, it's 2 projected goals, and I think you could be better off looking elsewhere. I think you potentially could be better looking elsewhere. Hey Tom, how are you doing? I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing good as well. We've just had over 100 people in today's stream, so that's absolutely incredible. Loving the support you're showing for the UCL content, guys. Massively appreciate it. Like I said, if you are enjoying the content, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button as well. We are on that road to 10,000 subscribers, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you did subscribe today. And of course, we are trying to hit 50 likes as well. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you're hitting that like button. Obviously, we will be streaming all the way up until the first game as well. Love the Milan shirt. Big fan of Milan myself. Yeah, it's a fresh fit. I can't lie. We're wearing it for our boy Pulisic, who we're probably going to be picking up today. Stuani is an interesting one. Lautaro Martinez could be a doubt because of rotation. Again, it is being widely reported within the Italian media that there is going to be quite a lot of rotation within that Inter side. So I would, again, very similar to what we saw in Matchday 2, be a little bit sceptical on that one. They do manage to keep clean sheets in the UCL, don't they? Who to change to Salah? Again, probably would be maybe a Foden, a potential gamble on a Foden, an Arsenal midfielder. Again, use the projected goals, and that would be my advice. Use the projected goals, see where it looks decent for teams, and go with that. Who do you think looks better longer term, Atalanta or Brest? Atalanta for me. I have De Gregor and Blazovic. Is it worth taking a -4 to get Raya in? I'm guessing you've got no goalkeeper then, so probably in that instance, yes. Saka is playing today. No, he probably will not play today. Chan or Akanji? For this game week, Akanji. I think he is in the predicted lineups for Manchester City. Again, though, it is Pep Guardiola, so do just bear that in mind. What are your transfer plans? Very good question, my friend. Very, very good question. So this is currently what I'm thinking of potentially going for. I'm going to wait and see if we do get any sort of Arsenal news as well. So we're waiting on that one to see with the Gabriel and Trossard picks. The other one will be Pulisic in as well. It does require a -4, but I feel sometimes you've got to be a little bit aggressive, and I feel all the moves we're making here could have a big impact. I feel because I played the Limitless in 2, we're probably going to be on the back foot a little bit this week, and we do need to catch up with some people having better picks than me this week. So to try and offset that, I think maybe the -4, be a little bit more aggressive, could pay off. But obviously, you know, if you're looking at that going, he's taking a minus, I probably should as well. You know, bear it in mind, it is a -4. Will Martinelli start today? He wasn't in the predicted lineup on FOTMob, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Evening Tom, thoughts on Rodgers and Watkins double up on the wild card. The next two aren't too bad, so I don't hate it. There you go. If he's got the best odds of starting, go with him. Gvardiol or Lewis, or should I double up on the Leverkusen defence? I would maybe take a punt on one of Gvardiol or Lewis. I would probably say Lewis has got that higher upside for me personally. But yeah. I'm very good. I'm very good, Rodrigo. I hope you're good as well, man. If you could choose one, Watkins or Gorkrez, Gorkrez. Wirtz looks like he's getting benched. Where have you seen this? Where have you seen this, man? How many points did you get last week? Yeah, last week. We can go back to last week. 122 on our Limitless. That took us from like the pits of hell all the way up to the thingy. So yeah, we're currently ranked 8k. If obviously we didn't bench 30 points in the opening game week, we would have probably been about 200 in the world right now. But yeah, this is the team we had last week. As you can tell, Adeyemi absolutely cooks, but pretty much everyone did. We had one blank in there, and it was Vinicius Jr. So yeah. He is predicted to play, so yes. With someone with both Limitless and Wildcard still available, what is the best chip strategy? Again, it depends when you planned on playing him, for me personally. Like my strategy from the start was always to play my Wildcard in 4, Limitless in 2. That was always the way I was going to go with my team. But again, it is all personal preference and whichever way you want to go for. I probably would just prefer to maybe take a gamble on Havertz rather than an Arsenal mid. On FOTMob, okay, we'll go and take a look at that. Will I get my free transfer? No, you will not get your free transfer back. You'll just have 2 when you go back to next week. So yeah, that's how we did last week. Absolutely cooked. Obviously, as well, this was game week 1. As you can see, the bench... Oh, let me scroll down a little bit more for you guys. There we go. The bench... I need to scroll down even more. There we go. The bench absolutely cooked here. 12, 18 and an 8. Yeah. Frustrating. Frustrating to say the least. Let's put it that way. But it is what it is. Sometimes it happens like that. It does happen like that. So now we're into this week. We're into this week with the team. We'll see what they can produce. I got both chips left, around 1k. Very, very nice, my friend. Very, very nice. Look, I would probably say I would be looking to use the Limitless at least in the group stage, because that is where teams put up mammoth score lines because they're playing minnows in some ways. Why did I do that? I completely forgot, mate. I basically... what's it called? I was going out with some friends, got a flat tyre, and then, yeah, that was it. That was it. Just completely sidetracked for the day. Completely sidetracked. Guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Of course, hitting the like button as well. I'm going to apologise because I live basically like next to a loading dock where they load stuff in the shop. And the guy whoever's unloading this truck is the loudest man I've ever met. Like, he's just slinging stuff into the back of this truck. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Find him and fire him. Honestly, what a joker. Tom, how do I send my team? I think I need your help, honestly. If you want to send me a team on Twitter, at FPLTom_, and then, of course, be able to leave it under one of my most recent tweets. We'll go and check some of those out, probably around about 4 o'clock-ish. The thing is, my team is looking really bad for this game week, and 2 transfers are not enough, so I need to use a chip, and I'm not sure if the Limitless is a good week. Yeah, it's a great week. There's plenty of good fixtures, big teams playing little teams, so yeah. I wouldn't have Vinny and Mbappe on the Limitless. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Will my free transfers be available if I use the Limitless next week? Nope. Tomorrow, Vert's captain. I would probably have Haaland. Yeah, we can have a look at some players that are wildcard. I think with the wildcard, I'd be looking at teams that have decent fixtures coming up, right? So it's quite hard because a lot of teams have like good fixture, bad fixture. Same with like Milan, for example. They have a decent fixture and then they have an absolutely rubbish fixture. So, yeah. Arsenal might not be a bad team to go and back. Shakhtar into next week. Sporting Monaco after that. Yeah, Arsenal are probably a team I probably would be maybe suggesting having a little bit of an investment into. Atalanta, I think, have a decent fixtures for the next 3 as well. In terms of a wild card, yeah, they've definitely the next 3 definitely worth a little bit of consideration for their players. Barca and Bayern obviously go off against each other, but after this fixture, Barca's are pretty decent, so maybe a small investment this week, but a plan to eye up potentially bringing in players for the next 2 after that, and then probably could hold them for the rest of the remainder of the group stage, to be honest. So again, there's another team for you to obviously go and take a look at. AC Milan I mentioned. City as well for the next few, definitely worth it. Vert isn't on FOTMob. Okay, that's an interesting one. Who do I think will take pens? I think it'll be Havertz, but let's wait and see. If you want to go and check a Limitless team out, there is one on the channel already, so go and check that out. But yeah, again, it probably would be picking players from the teams that obviously feature on this list here with the decent projected goals. So any that have decent projected goals or clean sheets, I'll be looking to invest in these teams, see which players are predicted to start, and then obviously back that. I mean, if Verts isn't on FOTMob, then maybe that is a little bit more of a concern, to be honest. Who to choose between Digne, Emerson Royale? I think Martinez is probably their better option, or a 4.5 from Girona for this week could be decent as well. What do I think? We're hearing that Verts might not play. I want to go and check this out for myself. But yeah, that team looks decent. Again, you're probably playing a little bit of pep roulette with Gvardiol, but each their own, I guess. Right, let's head over to FOTMob. Let's have a look at this Leverkusen team. Doesn't have him in it. Okay. That's interesting. So yeah, no Verts in the predicted lineup over on FOTMob. That's not great. That is not great at all. Let's have a look if the Arsenal one's changed at all. No, Arsenal one's still the same. So Gabriel, Saliba, Sterling, Havertz, Jesus. Pretty much how I said it was going to be earlier. I guarantee Sudikov's going to go and ruin my clean sheet if I bring an Arsenal defender in. The guy was the biggest troll in the Euros. I guarantee he's going to do it again. I guarantee it. Check the PSG one just for my own team. Yeah, Neves is in there. Bakala, Hakimi. Very nice. Very nice. Real Madrid, few people. Vinny and Mbappe. Looks like they're going to go to a 4-4-2. See if that'll help them find some form. Cool, mate. We'll go and have a look. Did you use any chips so far and will you use any this match day? Yeah, I've used my Limitless last week and we got 122 points. He's got an ankle injury. It's on Google. Oh, dear. That's not good. That is not good at all. Vert injury. Let's have a look. To miss foreseeable future. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is on One Football, by the way. 1-0 win over the Netherlands. Wirtz came off at half-time in the game in Munich and was replaced by teammate. When was this article published? 15th of October. Okay. Did he play at the weekend? Did he play at the weekend? That is the big question. Because he's not like flagged or anything. Didn't play at the weekend either. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Right, Wirtzy boy. I think we might be making some alterations to this team if Wirtz didn't play. So yeah, didn't start. Was on the bench though. Was on the bench, so did come off the bench and was fine. Let's ask. Let's ask around. FF Bobby, see if he's got anything for us. Let's have a quick check. Like I said, if you want to go over and check Bobby's Twitter account out, he is an absolute legend, posting all of this stuff as well. Does throw a spanner into the works, that one, doesn't it? Old Wirtzy boy. Yeah, not great. Not great. Not great to say the least. He did play 30, but again, looking a bit sus, isn't it? Will you show Limitless for this match day based on the latest news, Saka and Wirtz? Yeah, I think if I was to replace them, again, I probably would maybe go for... So I think I'd have a Lookman. I would have a Pulisic. Probably take a gamble on a Girona midfielder. An Arsenal midfielder of Trossard, potentially. A Barcola or a Dembele. That's probably the way that I'd go with that one. Then a Phil Foden from City. That would be how the midfield would look if I was on one. Something like that. So yeah, if I was on a Limitless this week, I probably maybe would be tempted not to have him. I'm just going to say that. I would potentially be tempted not to have Wirtz with him being a little bit of a doubt for the game. With him being a little bit of a doubt. Oh, Wirtzy baby. What have you done? What have you done? If you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you are hitting that like button, guys. If we could get to 50 likes, that would be super cool and impressive. Obviously, we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers, and we do have the subscriber goal for today of 9.75. So if you do enjoy the stream, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. We will be live for another 2 hours as well, building into the games. Should we sell then? I think I'm going to hold and see if we get anything in terms of predicted news. Yeah, that was old news. I'm just a little bit concerned that they don't have him starting. So I think I'm going to hold for now. I'm going to hold Wirtz for now. I think I'm still going to make the moves that I said. Wirtz is my favourite footballer. Who's yours? Mine is a man called Lucas Akins, and he plays for Mansfield, a team you've probably never heard of. So yeah, there you go. True. Best time to use the Limitless. This week's a pretty decent week. You could obviously use it a little bit later. I would not recommend using it on the final match day because everybody plays together, so there's no points. You wouldn't even have a bench. So I would probably say at some point in the group stage, find a week maybe where your team is looking a little bit questionable or suspect, or there's some really, really nice fixtures. For example, this week you've obviously got Arsenal, you've got Manchester City with decent fixtures, Sporting. I would say load up on these teams when they've got better ones. I mean, I could see Wirtz coming to Liverpool. It does feel like a very Liverpool transfer, that one. It really does. Yeah, I think if I was maybe on a wild card or obviously not using a Limitless and like transfer, like I'm wild carded next week, so it doesn't matter for me. But yeah, that'd be my advice on that one. Is Salah worth on the wild card? Yeah, I think he's a pretty consistent player across the board, isn't he, Mohamed Salah? The fixture's not like overly easy this week, but yeah. Which transfers will you likely make before the deadline? This is probably how I would set. This is how I'm currently planning on setting up. So Trossard, Pulisic, and Gabriel are the transfers that I'm considering. That's the way that I go on that one. Would you consider using the wildcard in Matchday 8? No, that is not a good idea. No. I wouldn't recommend using it on Matchday 8. Again, not for me. Yeah, Trossard could be a decent one on the Limitless. Could be a decent one on the Limitless. Yeah, this is what I mean. It makes sense to bench Wirtz for this game. They've already won their opening 2. They're probably going to go and beat Brest as well. They've got more winnable games as well. Where do I get the goal statistics? If you want to head over to RobTFPL over on Twitter. The guy's an absolute legend. And yeah, he posts all the times. Oh man, you've absolutely rubbed it in there. We played tonight, so it's alright. We've got Wigan tonight, so we're back to winning ways tonight, hopefully. I hope. I really hope. My hair's an absolute mess today. This back bit is just not going in. There we go. This was like sticking out, wasn't it? Looked like a right freak. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. We are only 10 likes away from 50 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure, of course, to be hitting that like button. Like I said, if you are new around here as well, make sure you are subscribing with bell notifications on as well, as we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers. Why Pulisic over Foden? Great question. Pulisic is banging form, and that's one of the reasons I'm tempted with it. The other one is it allows me to go and get an Arsenal midfielder in. And then third and finally, I get to see if Pulisic plays. I don't get to see if Foden plays. And with Pep Roulette, it's a pain. It is a big, big pain. A real big pain. Please don't spam, bro. I did tell you where I got the goal statistics from. So yeah, don't spam or I will have to put you on timeout. Or I'll get one of the mods to put you on timeout. I would probably captain Gyökeres for me personally. He's higher up, as we saw with the projected goals here. He is a lot higher up. There are some that I've had to cut off here because the graphic was absolutely massive. So like I said, if you want to go and see the full graphic, please head over to RobTFPL's Twitter. Like I said, the guy's an absolute legend. So go and give him some love and support. But yeah. Should I use the Limitless chip or give up 8 points and make 2 extra transfers? I probably would say maybe go with the Limitless. If you've still got the wildcard in the back pocket, maybe things change in 2 weeks. But yeah, if your team's looking a little bit of a shambles, it could be worth hitting that Limitless for this week. It could even be worth wildcarding this week if your team's that big a mess. Maybe saving the Limitless further down the line. But yeah. So yeah, there's some interesting names on here, isn't there? A lot of the Girona players are really fancied to do quite well tonight, so could be worth a gamble on a Limitless or a wild card as a 1 week punt. Mbappe still fancied to do quite well. Kane, obviously I've seen some people suggest maybe selling him off. Fancied to do pretty well despite a difficult fixture. Obviously Trossard features on this list. Pulisic on this list. Foden, Barcola, some of the players we have obviously mentioned that obviously could be coming into our team as well. Yeah, I mean it is, but at the same time it's Pep, and it wouldn't be like surprised to see Pep go, yeah, he's benched again, and then play him at the weekend a full 90. I probably would go Hakimi. Yeah, I probably would go Hakimi. I really like Hakimi. The first PSG game I watched, the amount of space and time he had was ridiculous. Genuinely ridiculous. And if he gets that, if he's gifted that again, who knows what could happen. Genuinely, who knows what could happen. We're on 48 likes. We're that close. We're that close to 50 likes. Obviously, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting that like button. Getting yourself involved with the poll as well on the chat. Best captain for Matchday 3. 60% of you have gone for Haaland. Nice. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. He's stopped now. He's stopped now. Like I said, if there is any, it's the chat's pretty fairly easy to manage at the moment. Yeah, Hakimi's pretty great. But yeah, don't worry about it, Jamie. I'm sure another mod will probably pop in a little bit later as well. And yeah, we'll keep cooking. But at the moment, we're decent. We're decent. We are very, very decent. One like. I probably would go Havertz. I'd probably go Havertz. Especially if I'm on a Limitless. I probably would be more tempted with Gorkarez. That's the way that I'd go with that one. Yeah. But Valivojevic does look a decent pickup as well. Both are fairly great shouts. Any news on Saka? He hasn't trained today, so I doubt he'll be playing. That's the way that I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, not trained today, so I very much doubt that he will be in there. I used the Limitless in Matchday 2, yes. And we got 122 points. So, all in all, a very successful use of the chip. Very successful. I think we had one player blank in our starting 11. And if I'd... yeah, I could have had a full 11 of point-scoring players, but Vinny and Trent played on the same day, and I took the gamble on Vinny. Double up on Havertz and Trossard. On the Limitless, it is possible. I do think it is possible to go for both of those players, yeah. Like I said, we are just waiting to see any sort of Arsenal team news. We're all waiting to see if we get anything. Anything at all regarding the team news. But I don't think we're going to get too much. We'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. That's a very, very good Limitless. I like that a lot. Again, Dumfries probably a little bit sketchy. You know what? Let's start reviewing people's teams as well. We've had a load sent in. Absolute legends. So let's get these sent in. Thing is, I'm unsure about. It could play because, like I said, they are obviously going to be rotating. Wirtz, we've obviously spoke about potentially being a risk. But the rest of the team looks really, really strong and really, really good. I like it. I do like it. Limitless active. Very nice. This is the thing. I think if I was on a Limitless this week, I wouldn't take the gamble on Wirtz. But again, a very, very nice team. Lots of good picks in here. Very nice. Planning doing these transfers, taking out Adeyemi, Kimmich, and Inacho. Thoughts? I like the Lookman one. Trossard is a little bit short term. Again, it depends when you're wildcarding. If, like me, you're planning on wildcarding next week, I don't mind these moves. Rate it and wildcarding next week. It's decent. I like the Pulisic move. I do like the Pulisic move. Obviously, no goalkeeper, but you'll hope Kobel can pick up a few save points along the way. Very similar to me, you are wildcarding next week, so it makes sense, the players that you're obviously targeting in the teams. So again, I think that's fine. Yeah, I like this team as well. I do like this team as well. Yes, mate, loving the content. 420 overall. Any suggestions for transfers? Again, it depends when you're planning on wildcarding, which could be soon, considering there's some injuries starting to pile up here. So yeah, it'd be helpful to know if you've got the Limitless or the wildcard left over there, mate. But let's assume like that you're not playing it, or you've got neither left. Probably would be a Carvajal and Musiala out. Free up some money, go get a Foden. Probably go and get a City or an Arsenal defender for this week. If you've got a wild card, probably go a little bit heavy on maybe like a Pulisic, or of course you've got yourself a Arsenal defenders in there as well. So yeah, that's probably the way I'd go with that one. I think with the setup you've gone for here, you probably are on a wild card this week. So I probably would be saying, yeah, look at the projected data, see which ways to go with that. That's probably the way I'd go with that one. If anybody else does want their team rating, make sure you are heading over to my Twitter. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets. So this one here. Make sure you're leaving it under there and we'll get some reviewed. As well, go and follow FPL Golden Goal. He's got his new coaching channel, helping people obviously turn their YouTube channels into side hustles and stuff like that, which is a it's a good thing. So good for Tom. Good for Tom. What other questions have we got? Yep, team ratings. Like I said, if you do want your team rating by myself, make sure you're heading over to my Twitter at @FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets and we will get that reviewed for you. We have hit over 50 likes in today's stream, so thank you very much for the continued support. Love that from you guys as always. Like I said, if you are enjoying it as well, we do have a subscriber goal for today, 9.75. If we could hit that, would be pretty decent. So if you are new around here as well, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Since sending that, I've changed 4 players. Bro, if you want to send it me again, that is fine. Who would you pick on your front three for Limitless? Gorkarez, the guy from... what's it called? The guy from Atalanta, who I can't pronounce, so I'm not going to bother. And Haaland. That would be my front three. That would be my front three. For me personally, that's the way I'd probably go with my front three on that one. Do keep any questions you do have coming in, guys. Obviously, we will try and keep you across any team leaks regarding tonight. See what sort of news we get. I'm just going to have a quick look on my phone, see if there's anything. Did I roll past yours? Oh, bro, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm checking teams on X. We just did a batch, but I think I might have missed some. Apologies. Apologies, my friend, if I did miss anybody's out. Did that one. We did this one as well. Did I do that one? I didn't do this one. On a wild card, Gorkarez, Lewandowski, Foden to a 7.5 million in matchday 4. Yeah, I like all those picks. Obviously, booking in quite a few transfers in game week 4, so do just be wary of that one. Obviously, players will pick up injury. We're seeing that already. Top 10k is the goal. It's always the goal. Wildcard active. Any changes? No, I like it. I do like that as a team. Very, very strong. I couldn't see yours in there, mate, if you have sent it over. If you have sent it over, Andy, I do apologise, but I can't see it, mate. So yeah, maybe just send it again. Make sure you're dropping me a follow on Twitter as well, because sometimes they don't pull through instantly. No Mbappe? Nope. No Mbappe. No plans to get Mbappe. I think Real Madrid have looked woeful. Genuinely woeful this season at times. The Lille game was awful. They were lumping the ball up. It was just dismal. Genuinely just dismal football. I probably would say Carvajal because he's eating quite a bit of the budget. And then probably Musiala could still play. But again, I would maybe take a gamble on like a Foden and an Arsenal attacker. What am I looking for? Arsenal lineup. Arsenal predicted lineup. Let's have a look. What have we got? London Evening Standard. Yeah, you'll do. What have they got? They have got White, Saliba, Gabriel. They've got Martinelli. They haven't got Trossard. See, this is the thing that's putting me off it. This is the thing that is putting me off going for Trossard at the moment. Especially when we could be taking a -4 as well for this team. Yeah. Who do I think will win the Champions League? I think City have a very good chance, as always. Madrid really need to kick it into gear if they've got any chance. But I think Bayern could be one of the teams to watch this year. I know obviously they lost to Villa and stuff like that, but I still think they'll cruise through the group stage. Kimmich and Havertz or Trossard and Gorkarez. I think with Trossard not being in some of the predicted lineups, I would be more favouring of the Kimmich and Havertz ones. No problem. I just need a 4.5 to 5 million defender. Any good punts on my wildcard next week? Yeah, we can take a look for you, mate. We can take a look at you. Let's have a look. I mean, Rico Lewis has to definitely enter that conversation, doesn't he? As cheap defenders go. Let's have a look. 5 million or less. Who are we working with here? Let me just grab my laptop. Benfica have Feyenoord and Bar has been on fire, especially in matchday 2, picking up a 15-pointer. A Sporting defender could also be a decent shout. They've got some pretty decent ones. Rico Lewis, who I obviously said as well. Zappacosta. Maybe a Villa defender against Bologna could also be a decent shout. So yeah, that's probably the way I'd go with that one. The Monaco defender, but I think he's rumoured not to be playing, is Salisu. I think he's rumoured not to be playing. What about Liverpool? The problem with Liverpool is their projected goal numbers don't look as good as I was hoping. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant on them. Is it even possible for you to avoid hits this match day? Yeah, it is. I could just do Musiala and Carvajal and not do any hits. That could still be an option. We just replace Musiala with... what's it called? Yeah. We do Musiala, we do him to Pulisic, then we do just Carvajal to like a Saliba. Yeah, I think Atalanta defence could definitely be worth a punt as well on a 1 week punt. But yeah, there is a world where I don't take a -4, I just do my 2 free transfers. And obviously with this Trossard stuff coming out now, it is getting less and less tempting. It is starting to get a little bit less tempting. In terms of other players, I'm trying to have a think which other teams I probably would want to target a lot. Maybe a Girona midfielder. Could be worth a gamble. Really, really good projected goal numbers for this week. Is there a cheap City mid that I could potentially work in here somewhere as well? Because this is my thought process, right? Let me head over back to my screen here. This one here. So this is the transfer. So with Trossard being a doubt, we're going to take him out. The teams that I want to look at are obviously Atalanta. Who else have we got in here? Who's got decent fixtures? Girona. Inter's too risky. I don't like how much rotation's going to go off there. City. Monaco. And that is probably it, right? And then if we just have a look for midfielders. Top scoring one is, of course, going to be Lookman. Foden in second. Zakaria. I was looking at this guy. I genuinely was looking at this guy. And again, they are the early kickoff, so I could be tempted with him as an option. What did he do in game week 1? 1 assist, 1 goal, 4 ball recoveries against Barca. Not bad, not bad. But again, there's no names here that are screaming out to me. Donny van der Beek. Oh my days. Against Bratislava. Scored in the last game. Yeah. I haven't got a budget restriction on, have I? No, we've got 7.5. Price. Who's the most expensive? So we've got Foden, KDB. Gundogan could be a shout. But again, without me seeing City lineups, I don't really want to take a gamble on a City mid. Especially when I'm taking a -4. So yeah. Which way do we go with this? Which way? Yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit of a thought on that one. Because we can't get to Foden because we haven't got enough. Ilkay I love. I genuinely love Gundogan and I think he could play. That would make me quite happy doing that. I think I'd be happy with that. So I'm going to leave that for now as the plan of action. But I think the problem is we aren't going to get City team news. So I would just be taking a bit of a gamble on Foden. Not Foden, on Gundogan. I'm a big Gundo fan. Will Musiala start? He is in some of the predicted lineups. Again, there's probably going to be a late call on his fitness as well. Reckon Lookman is your best option. Yeah, Lookman does look as a decent option, doesn't he? I mean, I could just stick with João Neves and just do that one move. There isn't like a desire to do that -10, you know what I mean? Oh, I've got good news. The Bundesliga have just announced that Wirtz's injury is a minor one to his ankle, so bit of hope. We're back in. I only have 4 players playing today. Is that a worry? No, I think as long as you've got somebody that you're happy to captain, you feel could get a decent score, then I think you'll be fine. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in. Like I said, we've also got the subscriber goal today. 9.75. We've got about 90 to go to hit it. but we've still got about 2 hours, so there's plenty of time to hit that one. Exactly, I could just wait till 5. We'll get them before then, won't we? And we could just pick a Monaco mid. Again, though, is it worth the minus? Yeah. Or do I just stick with João Neves in hopes that he can do something? Because none of the other picks there were like blowing me away. Like, I want Pulisic. I think he's decent. Apparently the Bundesliga tweeted something. Let me have a look. Not Bella Delphine, Jesus. Let's not have that. Where did the Bundesliga tweet this? Bundesliga. Is it this? I don't know. Someone tell me where they tweeted this, because I am interested. I'm very, very interested. We've also got some more teams in, so let's go and take a look at some of these. We did that one. Oh, part 2 of the Limitless Nightmare. Barcola 2. I don't trust PSG. I think that looks fine. I really, really think that looks fine. 2 free transfers used already. Don't know if my team needs a wild card next week. Well, they'll be fine. They've got a difficult fixture. Fine. Difficult. Fine. I think you might be okay. You might be alright. You might be able to scrape by with that one. Already made my subs. Can't change it. Nice. Yeah, I like the picture. I like the picture you made. Wildcarded this week. Planned transfer next match day. I mean, Saka's obviously... I don't think Saka's going to play. I just don't. Unless there's a minor miracle and Arteta is hiding something from us, I don't think he'll play. I like it. I like it. Cambiasso, I don't think he's rumoured to be playing. So again, maybe just have a little bit of a rethink on that one. Again, we'll be trying to keep our eyes peeled for any leaked news. Jota, Bradley, and Chiesa missing. So obviously, if you've got any of those, probably worth taking out. The 24-man squad it's spotted today. 1 absentee, probably going to be thingy, isn't it? Gnabry or Diaz sub out and Lewis in. I already have a string back free. I'd be tempted. I think Gnabry might play. If Musiala's a doubt, Gnabry might play. I think Diaz will play because he was benched. Who's captain tonight? Pulisic, Dembele, or Havertz for tonight? I would be going with Havertz. Who should I look to change Saka on the wild card? Good question. Foden could be a decent pickup. Like, City's fixtures are really, really good for the next few. Sporting, Feyenoord, Juve. You feel by the time they get to PSG or Juve, they probably already wrapped the group up. So you get a next 3 decent fixtures. Again, Pulisic, again, decent shout. I think out of all those 3 you've suggested there, it probably would be in the order you've got them. Lautaro is not expected to play, so I would just bear that one in mind. If you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Of course, liking today's stream as well. We are steadily approaching 10,000 subscribers, so if you are enjoying the channel, make sure, of course, that you are hitting that subscribe button. Massively appreciated by me, as always. We will be live, of course, all the way up until the deadline. So any questions that you do have, make sure you're getting them in pre-deadline. But yeah, Trossard not in some of these squads is making me a little bit itchy, and I don't like it. Maybe the -4 might not be happening. Yeah. So I reckon this is what I'm... Yeah. So maybe we just do that. Clear Pulisic. And just roll with that. Use our 2 free transfers. Hope Wirtz plays. Hope João Neves plays. Could be a honky week. Could be a honky week. Could be a very, very honky week. Could be a honker. Dembele over Barcola. Yeah, I mean, this was on the Matchday 1 draft. I Limitless last week. So, yeah, it was on the Matchday 1 draft. So, that's kind of the plan with that one. And that's why Barcola is in here. Again, it was all budget reasons. That's why we went with him. Oh, get any large pizza when you buy $6.99. Pizza Hut texting me during streams, you filthy buggers. I definitely think it is possible to go Dembele over Barcola. Like, it's not the worst decision in the world, is it? Not the worst one in the world. I am conscious. I would like some more team news. I'm just a bit hungry for it. You know what I mean? Kyle Walker suffering a knee injury as well. He is out for the Sparta Prague game here. So that could bode well for, of course, Rico Lewis in the right back role. So yeah, that bodes quite well for Rico Lewis. Next team we've had sent in here as well. Zakaria captain, very, very nice. Different. It is different. Lautaro could be... Those two could be a bit dicey for this week. But you know what? I'll just roll with it. I'd roll with it. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Oh mate, I love that. I love that glowing review from you, Andy. Absolute legend. Best City defender. It probably is going to be Rico Lewis for the price point as well. Probably is. Let's be real. Probably is going to be Rico Lewis, isn't it? Ding, 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 ding. Boom, boom, boom. Any questions you do have, guys, do keep them flowing into the chat. Any that you might have regarding your team. Tonight I've got Havertz, Gyökeres, Dembele, Pulisic, Saliba and Hakimi playing tonight. Would you be confident? I hope so, man. It looks a pretty decent side, so I can't lie. I probably would be feeling quite confident on that one. I'm on a Limitless. Very, very nice. He didn't feature at all, but at the same time, it's Pep. And trying to figure out what Pep has in his mind is very, very difficult. Genuinely very, very difficult to kind of predict what that man is thinking at times. But I think Akanji could play. I think he could play. Yeah, I mean, even his pace at times, he's not... Yeah, he's not in a good way, is he? He's not in a good way. He's not in a good way. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Adama absolutely smoked him for pace the other day, didn't he? Adama absolutely cleaned him out. Hey, Tom, I just sent my team. If you could still doing team ratings, we will be doing team ratings all the way up till the deadline, mate. Valavojevic or Havertz? I think I would be going with Havertz for captain this week. Yeah, I think I'd go Havertz captain. That's probably the way I'd go with that one. Yeah, the upside when you catch Pep Roulette right is incredible. When it goes wrong, I mean, Pulisic isn't a bad captaincy shout. He's absolutely smashing it at the moment out in Italy, isn't he? He is smashing it. I mean, if he's going to play, then yeah, 4 million defender, why not? Tomorrow I've got Haaland, Foden, Wirtz, Frimpong, Lewis, Lookman, Ptowski, and the Atalanta goalkeeper tomorrow. Would you be confident? Yep, seems like you got a lot of good boys in there as well. Lots of high potential players. So, yep, I think you'll be fine. I think you will be fine, my friend. Any questions that you do have, guys, keep them flooding into the chat. Massively appreciate everybody that has been in today's stream. You're absolute legends as always. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. As like I said, we are slowly approaching the 10,000 subscriber mark. It would be incredible if we could hit that goal by the end of October. So if you're not new to the channel, make sure you are hitting subscribe. Of course, make sure you're liking today's stream as well, as it does push it out to more people. We will be doing team reviews constantly throughout today's stream. And, of course, answering any of your guys' questions. Right. Let's have a think here, then. Let's have a think. We could sacrifice our sporting defender. We could sacrifice him and bring in a Lewis for a -4. But then I'm entering Pep Roulette again, aren't I? I am entering Pep Roulette. And do I want to play that game? Probably not. Probably not. Jesus in the predicted lineups. Yes, he is. So is Havertz, though. So is Havertz. It is making me think. It is making me think. Monaco are really, really fancied, aren't they? They really, really fancy that early kickoff. The problem is I want people for the later kickoffs because they're the ones that I'm probably going to be watching. I mean, we've got Gorkarez, so that game will probably be on. And then I've probably got the PSG game on, so I don't really need anybody else. Obviously, we'll have some Arsenal players in there, but probably just going to be Gabriel. In terms of tomorrow, I'm out anyway, so yeah, having players in any of those games is probably going to be a little bit exciting regardless, because I'll be out with some friends who also play the game, so that should be decent. That should be pretty decent. Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility, isn't it? The problem with taking your goalkeeper out is I don't really like using goalkeeper transfers. I just don't. I don't think there's too much upside in it, and sometimes it can be a little bit dicey, a little bit risky. Little bit risky. I'm having a big think here on what to do. Big think on what to do with this team, because it's all right. It's not bad. Obviously, the transfers, I do want Pulisic. He's the one we're going to go for. And can you see any surprise results on what's going to happen in the Barca Munich game? I predict a lot of goals in the Barca Munich game. I think there'll be plenty of goals going around there. In terms of shock results, I think PSV could cause an upset against PSG. They've not looked great. Brest as well have been pretty decent so far in this year's Champions League. Yeah, I think we saw that Arsenal definitely struggled at the weekend. I can't send my team on X, but my team is Havertz. Yeah, that's a good team. That's a good team, man. That is a good team. Obviously, like, you know, De Gregor, it is what it is, but you at least you've got a goalkeeper that can play. And again, like I've said, goalkeepers are the lowest scoring or the lowest upside players within these games. They don't usually do very well. Maybe I missed at the stream. Would you mind share your ideal current Limitless team this week? Yeah, it probably would have a very similar front three looking like to this. Actually, we'll build one for you guys. So Pulisic would be in there. Out you come. Out you come. Out you come. Out. You can stay. Out. 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 So yeah, let's build you a Limitless, because we've had a few people asking me. So let's build a Limitless. I think I would pick Salah. I would pick Foden. That's probably how the midfield would look, right? In terms of defenders, is it going to move to defenders, please? No? Okay. In terms of forwards, I think I'd be tempted with the guy from Atalanta or Valavojevic. We'll put Valavojevic in there. And then defenders, I probably would be tempted with double Arsenal defence, maybe a Saliba-Gabriel combination. And then I think it probably would be somebody like a Rico Lewis, wherever he's gone. He's right down here, isn't he? He's like 4.6 or 4.7. Where is he? Something like that. And then my goalkeepers, again, I'm probably going to pick a goalkeeper that has a decent fixture this week. No. Oblak could be a decent shout with Lille. 50% chance, I think, of a clean sheet there. Or you could go rare and go triple, or probably Sommer. Something like that, I reckon, could be a decent Limitless to go for. Obviously, there's a few players you could swap round and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that would be probably a decent one to go for. Yeah, the guy from Atalanta, the striker from Atalanta as well, is also a very, very decent option. Again, you could swap out Wirtz or Barcola for a Lookman as well. So yeah, there's lots of possibilities. Lots of possibilities this week with the Limitless. And that's just a quick one I've drafted up. Very, very quick draft one for you guys. If that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what will. I don't know what will, guys. Come on. The thing is, PSG need to win these games. Like, they genuinely need to win these games now. So, this is the thing with PSG. They're going to have to start winning some games across this tournament because they haven't won any so far. Oh, no, did they win the first one? Yeah, they won the first one 1-0. Then they lost, but then they need to win this PSV one. These two are going to be difficult. City will be difficult. So Salzburg, Stuttgart, and PSV are where they realistically should be saying, we need 3 points. I'm going to close that one down because I don't want those transfers to save. We've had another team sent in. I'm thinking about Lautaro to Thuram and Cooper Myers to Barcola. What do you think I should do? Or do you think I should use the Limitless? I probably would recommend a Limitless here. You've got triple Barca. You've obviously got Musiala, who's flagged, Cooper Myers. Martinez might not play. There's reports of heavy rotation. Not got a second goalkeeper. So I think using the Limitless this week could be a very wise use of the chip, for me personally. Yeah, Villa's one of those, isn't it? Villa is one of those where I would be maybe tempted with a Watkins. But yeah. Saliba plus Gabriel risky? Why is it risky? If you see, I don't see Shakhtar scoring. I'm thinking of not getting Saka, but getting Havertz for Vlahovic. I think Havertz can carry himself at this point. Yeah, I still think Arsenal are going to probably win quite comfortably tonight, despite the injuries that are obviously happening to Odegaard, potentially Saka and Timber out as well. I still feel like they'll probably comfortably win that game for me personally. I just think they will. If you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button and, of course, hitting the subscribe button as well. Like I said, we do have a subscriber goal for today of 9.75. If we could hit that, it would be absolutely incredible, and I'd be very grateful. Could you suggest a defender under 5 million? Already got Rico Lewis. Probably would be tempted to maybe look at Atalanta, or if there's any AC Milan ones. Or for this week and this week only, probably a Sporting defender as well. What's Villa's fixtures till the end of the group stage? Good question, my man. Good question. I'm going to duplicate this. Is it going to make me log in? No, it isn't. Wonderful. I thought it was going to make me log in. Villa's fixtures. Let's have a look. So, they've got a decent fixture here. Bruges should be fine. Then that one's a hard one. That one's not easy and couldn't call it. And then the last two are pretty decent. So they're not bad. And now if I was on a wild card, probably would consider them for this too. Then probably look to flog them off. Let's go through each team actually. For wild carders. Because I feel that's going to be useful. Arsenal's I think is decent. Minus the Inter away. But I still think they'd probably win that one. Definitely a team to consider on a wild card this week. Shakhtar into Sporting, yep, big pluses in my eyes. Like I said, yeah, these just a decent set of fixtures. Villa we did. Atalanta, again, probably another team I would be looking to kind of bank on in this week with the wild card. Celtic, Stuttgart, Young Boys, definitely so. Atleti, who they got for the next three? Again, probably not because they've got this decent run afterwards. Sporting, Bratislava, not bad. Probably worth considering across that period. Barca, obviously not a great fixture this week. But then the next two after that, they're pretty decent. So again, could be some Barca players you want on the wild card. Not the ideal fixture this week. Bayern, again, not a great fixture this week. But then after that, Benfica, PSG. Again, it's not awful games, and the two difficult games they've got in this run here are both home fixtures. Dortmund, what are they saying? Post this one. Oh, post this one. Stoutgram, yeah, they're looking a bit fit, aren't they? Those Dortmund fixtures. Benfica probably not worth it. Bologna, Brest, Celtic, Club Brugge. These teams may be considered, but yeah, I'm kind of focusing more towards the big boys. Yeah, they're probably not a team on the wild card I would go for. Juve, what are we saying with Juve? Lille, Villa, City, yeah, again, probably worth some consideration if I was on a wild card this week. Liverpool, what are they saying? That's I'd probably up until these ones here, no. Post it, but they're probably already through at this point. City, definitely so. Yeah, City's a great run there. Again, Pep Roulette though. Milan, yes, because once you get past... that's a Juve player. Where's the Milan player? There's Pulisic. Real Madrid away next week's not easy, but then it's that. Lord God, that is easy. And they really need to start picking up some wins. So yeah, there's just a few teams for you guys to obviously be considering on a wild card this week. Please don't spam, bro. I've seen you've said Saka about 80 times. I'm going to put you on mute for a minute. You're going to go on mute. You can't spam Saka. Put user in timeout. You're going to go on a 1 minute timeout. There we go. Please don't spam. Please do not spam in the chat. I do think Theo Hernandez could be a decent shout for this week. Are we sleeping on Benfica assets? They trashed Atletico Madrid and face a weaker team. Could be. Could be. Could be a team that maybe a lot of us are overlooking. I think that is the beauty of this like expanded group stages. There's always going to be one or two teams where the majority don't look at. So yeah, it could be. Hakimi or Theo Hernandez? Ooh. I would prefer Theo. I think Havertz will be the penalty taker. I do. What team does he play for? What team does he play for? Let me know what team he plays for and then I can find out for you, mate. Otherwise, I don't know who he is. Schlager. Is that his name? Schlager? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Schlager. There he is. Who's he played for? He's not played either of the opening games, so I'm going to probably put my guess on there and go no, but we'll have a look. FOTMOB. They don't even play today, do they? They play tomorrow. Salzburg. Is Schlager predicted to... Schlager is predicted to be in there, mate. So maybe hold on to him and just play for it. Go for it. Go for it, mate. Go for it. Like I said, guys, if you want to get your team sent over as well, make sure you're getting those sent in. Thoughts on the Limitless? I don't think I'd have Yamal on a Limitless. DeMarco, again, there's going to be heavy rotation in the Inter team, so just be careful with that one. Rest of it looks pretty decent though, mate. Have we got any news? Anything at all? Liverpool predicted lineup: Salah, Trent, Diaz, for those that are concerned with that one. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have regarding your team. Obviously, if you're on a Limitless, wildcard, whatever it may be, let me know in the comments section. Of course, as well, make sure you are hitting that like button as well, as it does push it out to more people. And, of course, hitting that subscribe button as well, as we are on that road to, of course, 10,000 subscribers. As well, we've got the sub goal for today of 9.75. If we could hit that, would be very, very cool. Would be decent. Can't complain about that one. Cannot complain about that one. I'm going to keep looking on FOTMOB and seeing for updated predicted lineups and stuff like that. See if anything changes. Trossard's still in that Arsenal one, so it is a tempting one. Only one assist. It's not great, is it? It's not great, that. Pulisic is looking a bit tasty. He is looking a tasty boy, isn't he? Could be feasting. Could be feasting. Hopefully. Hopefully. I really hope Pulisic does something. We've actually been really lucky in this game so far. The transfers that we have made have always worked out. So, yeah, hopefully again this week we could be in for a decent week. I hope. But I'm fearful because I know a lot of people will be looking to hit that Limitless. I know a lot of other content creators are using the Limitless this week. They are using the Limitless this week. Maybe. I'm looking at my team and I'm thinking, do I wildcard or do I leave? Because if we were to wildcard, right, we could have a little bit of fun. Because we've gone through some of the teams there. So obviously PSG would be dumping their players. It's not the easiest fixture, is it? Means we could take Verts out and we wouldn't have to worry about him. I think we're better wildcarding next week. I think we're better sticking to the plan that I originally had. Using these 2 weeks here and then wildcarding next week. I think it's the better way to play this. But let me know if you disagree, guys. If I've got this all wrong or if I've got it right. Let me know. Just one to potentially ponder there, isn't it? I think my chat might have stopped working. Yeah, my chat stopped working on my computer. I just loaded the chat back up on my laptop. And it stopped working. There we go. I've reloaded it back in. And now it's worked. Sorry if I've missed anybody's questions, by the way. I wasn't being rude or ignorant. The chat on my computer wasn't loading in. So I was just like, that seems funny. Right, we've had plenty of questions in. You guys are absolutely immense, like I said. Make sure you're hitting that like button as well. Scott's in the chat was thinking of Danjuma, 5.5. 1 to 3 with the bookmakers to score or assist. Very short price. Girona only have 12 players fit, though, according to FOTMob. It could be one of those. Who's the best captain today? I believe it's Gorkarez, Havertz, Pulisic in the early kickoff. I think I'm going to hold out because there is like a big swing. There is a big swing that I want to kind of get a hold of. Yeah, Bar could be a decent one. Brest could be an interesting team for the next 3. Who've they got next 3? Not really. I'm dipping off. I'm dipping off this Smiley after this week. Let's put it that way. Voice is starting to go already. The website that I'm using is called FOTMob. Best players for Limitless. Yeah, we'll get the betting data back up and we can have a look at that one. Yeah, if you want to put your team in the on Twitter or in the chat, that's perfectly fine. Lukman Adeyemi or Pulisic downgrade from Bellingham. I'm planning on bringing in Emi Martinez. I don't personally like goalkeeper transfers. I don't think there's too much upside in them. I would rather focus my transfers on outfield players. I've already used the Limitless. We used the Limitless last week. Frimpong or Grimaldo? I think neither long term, to be honest. Best players for a Limitless. City players, Arsenal players, PSG, Monaco, Milan. These would be the teams that I'd be looking to target. I would actually prefer to have Frimpong over Grimaldo, but I think both are very decent options. What would be your front 3? It would be still these 2, and then it probably would be the Atalanta striker on fire at the moment. That's the way that I'd go with that one. Yeah, Atalanta do have some decent fixtures as well, so could be worthwhile. So again, if you're on the wild card, could definitely be worthwhile going for him as well. Make sure you are liking today's stream, guys. Any questions that you do have as well will be answered. Of course, get your team sent to me over on Twitter as well. If we could hit 100 likes by the end of today's stream, that would be very, very decent. We're sat on 68, so it is possible. So if you are enjoying it, make sure you are liking it. Like I said as well, if you are new around here, make sure you are subscribing with bell notifications on, as we will be doing every single deadline for UCL Fantasy with a deadline stream. So how lucky are you guys, eh? You're treated. You're blessed. Oh, fair enough. If you've not got a goalkeeper, then that makes sense. I probably would be tempted with the Atalanta striker. I would. I can't say his name. Reteguni? Is that how you pronounce it? Or Reteguni? Someone let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or if I'm absolutely chatting waffle. Let me know. But Valavojevic is also a very decent shout. I just think Stuttgart are a lot better team than Celtic. Jude, Barcola or Pulisic? I would be tempted with Pulisic. Hey, a turkey in a bush. I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing good as well. I do rate Foden. I think, though, with KDB apparently going to be out for a little while, I think we'll see more Premier League minutes for Foden. So maybe if City again win quite comfortably tonight, maybe brush aside the next two teams as well. We might start to see some rotation. Retegi, someone said is the pronunciation. Thank you very much for that, man. Retegi. See, I'm awful. Or Ritegi, someone has put here. Ritegi. Is that right? Ritegi. Okay. We'll roll with it. Ritegi. I think that deserves a like in itself. I'm learning Italian. We're cooking over here. We're chefing something up. Oh dear. We should start getting lineups pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. We should get the Milan one probably within the next 10 minutes. So that would be decent. Get the Milan one, see if Pulisic is playing and whether or not we want to bring him in. And then what do we do with the rest of the team, really, is the next concern. But yeah, I really would like to go and get him in, but obviously, yeah. Lookman or Pulisic? I think Lookman's next three are better than Pulisic just because he's got Madrid away. However, we know that Pulisic is going to play, if you know what I mean. Retegi. Alright, there we go. We're learning everything here on today's stream. It's out on the Champions League app. Ooh, baby. Ooh, zooey mama. Let's go and check it out. See if it's on FOTMob. Are they out? They're out. Boom. Pulisic is playing. So anybody that's got him could be a bit of a cook fest on that one. Theo Hernandez also playing as well. But yeah, I'm tempted with a bit of Pulisic. I am. The Monaco lineup as well is out and as predicted as well. Zakaria, who's quite a popular pick that people are obviously going to be going for. That is the worst. It's such a sus name, isn't it? Like, how's he got away with that for so long? Like, I don't want to get done for being liable, but how's he got away with this? How's he got away with that? Oh yeah. Gorkarez or Valavojevic? I would go for Gorkarez. Van Dersen is a great 4.5 million option. Nice. Do you think wildcarding would be worth delaying doing this match day or next? Played the Limitless last match day. I did the exact same, but I built my team for this week. Unfortunately, it has been battered about a bit, which has made it a little bit weaker, but I still feel we're in quite a strong position. All things considered. Oh, they call him Addy, so it's a little bit less sus. But I mean, if you've ever watched Hitler's Rise to Power, I swear his mum used to call him Addy. So, even more sus. I would be really tempted with Theo Hernandez this week, especially if I was on a Limitless. Make sure you are hitting that like button, guys. Like I said, we are trying to hit 100 likes on today's stream as well. 9.75 is the sub goal as well. So if you do want to help me hit that today, that would be very much appreciated. Long-term goal is hopefully hit 10k by the end of the month. That would be mental. The thing with DeMarco as well is Inter look like there's going to probably be quite a bit of rotation. Best midfielders for a Limitless, I probably would say Foden, an Arsenal one, deciphering which one's probably going to play. A Lookman, you probably have a Pulisic in there as well. Yeah, 100%. I think Theo should be a definite easy pick if you're on a Limitless this week. 100% agree with that statement. Really easy pick. Looks like we've had a few more sent in, so let's take a look. Can you rate my Limitless draft? Last defender probably would be a City boy in here. Rico Lewis probably would be the one that I'd go for. But other than that, looking really, really good. Obviously, sort your captaincy out. Don't captain Wirtz because he doesn't play till tomorrow. So maybe give it Pulisic for today. Ideally, want one less playing on the 23rd. Yeah. Maybe you drop one of Frimpong or Grimaldo for a second Arsenal defender. Maybe do that. Appreciate it if you take a look. Yeah, no worries. Hi, Tom. Currently got free transfers. Whether or not to use the Limitless, what do you think? I think you potentially could get away with it. You've got free transfers. But then at the same time, you've got... yeah, I think maybe you could play the Limitless this week. Because you've got him, you don't want to play him. Yeah, I'd play the Limitless. You've already got the Triple City, though, which is the only downside to that. And they are very, very tempting this week. But at the same time, you've got a lot of people playing against each other. So yeah, I probably would use the Limitless this week. No worries, my friend. No worries, my friend. Zakaria or Tielemans? I would probably go with Zakaria. Hakimi or Theo long term? Long term, Theo's fixtures are better than Hakimi's. Watkins or Valavojevic? I'd probably go Valavojevic. Thanks for the rate, Tom. No worries, my friend. Which City defender, in your opinion, most likely to start? I probably would... most likely to start is such a hard question because of Pep and his nature to roulette. But yeah. I would probably take a gamble on Lewis or Gvardiol because they've got the highest upside, in my opinion. Is Trossard going to play? We don't know. He's in some of the predicted lineups, not in others. I'm hoping we maybe get a leak ahead of the deadline, but let's wait and see. Time for the big question. Do they play Pep Roulette with Foden, or do I bank the fact that I despise PSG enough to get rid of Barcola? I think Barcola could be a fine option this week. Theo for me, again, still over Digne. Anyone got an Arsenal leak for tonight? Absolutely butchered the spelling of Arsenal. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Which of the two have more attacking threat? Theo or Hakimi? Sorry for asking so many questions. Bro, ask as many questions as you want. That is what these streams are here for, to help you guys out. That's such a difficult question, you know. Both at home. I feel I'd maybe go for Theo. Double up on Lookman and I've already forgotten how to say it. Reticuni? Forget it. I forgot it already. I've lost my head. The Atalanta striker. Yes, I do think it's a possibility. I think Dortmund absolutely smashed him, so yeah. Oh, then if Pep's saying things like that, get Gvardiol out. If Pep's saying things like that, get Gvardiol out of here. Top 3 strikers for this week on a Limitless. Haaland, Gorgorez, and then you've got a choice of Valavojevic, Watkins, or of course the Atalanta forward. That's the way to go with that one as well. Am I using the Limitless? No, I used my Limitless last week and scored 122 points. This week, we are just playing with free transfers. Pulisic for Musiala. That is the move that I'm going to be making. That is the move that I'm going to be making today. The question is, then, I think we obviously do the Carvajal to an Arsenal defender. Outside of that, though, I don't know which other player to take out. That's the problem. He will play. I think he has. I've just posted my team on your Twitter. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. We'll go and check that out for you, my friend. Saka doubt. Know that one. On the Limitless, should I make any changes? I don't know if necessarily I'd have Trent this game week. Somebody just spoke about Gvardiol Pep with a workload comment. Again, I don't know how reliable that is, but again, maybe just check on that one. Have 2 free transfers. What do I do? Use the Limitless already. Lenore. Oh my god. Oh my. That bench is looking a bit thin, isn't it? I mean, you've got your 2 free transfers, so probably bring in a defender. And yeah, probably bring in a defender. Maybe Milan 1. And then maybe like a Kimmich for a Pulisic, something like that. Get yourself out of this little bit of a hole you've dug yourself into. Already used the Limitless as well. Has really, really put you in jeopardy. Dun dun dun. Nothing as of yet in terms of team news. Not Sudikov. Not that fraud. He is terrible. I absolutely despise him. Gorkarez goal tonight. Zooey mama. Here we go, baby. You know how it is. Yeah, I don't think Saka's going to play, is he? I'm not bothered about Saka. The player I'm actually bothered about is finding out if Trossard's going to be playing. What is my rank? Currently sat at 8k. Would you take a minus for Musiala, CCV and Coop? Probably, yeah, I would. I think I would try and maybe see like if I could get away with just transfers this week and maybe wildcard next week. Lookman plus Lewis or Salah. I would probably go Lookman and Lewis. The only problem with Lautaro is apparently there's going to be rotation. I don't know if Lautaro's included within that rotation, but yeah, just one to maybe consider. One to potentially consider ahead of tonight's games. If you do have any questions, guys, make sure you're getting them in. We've got about an hour till the deadline. Obviously, we are trying to hit 100 likes on today's stream, so if you are enjoying it, make sure you're hitting that like button. As well, we do have the sub goal for today of 9.75. And if we could hit that, amazing stuff. We've still got a little bit of a way to go, but we're steadily cooking along. Wirtz or Martinelli longer term? Neither. Is that an option? Should I use Limitless? I got Haaland and Salah, but I would transfer 9 players in. Yeah, if your team's looking a mess, if you've got a lot of people playing against each other, you want to obviously attack these good fixtures, then use it. Best 3 on Limitless, I think it is Gorkarez, Haaland. Then you've got a choice of Valivojevic, the Atalanta striker, Retegui, and then Watkins. Bastoni, the only problem with Bastoni and any Inter players is, of course, that rotation. I'm currently 858 overall, but with this game week 3 team and that bench, going to be tough. Yeah, agreed. I think that's the problem for me as well. I know it's going to be a tough game week. A lot of people are going to be used the Limitless this week, and I am expecting a red arrow this week. Being honest, I think I've got to probably get a little bit lucky with like captaincy maybe, or a pick that isn't popular. So yeah, Havertz. Yeah, Havertz as well. Completely forgot about Kai Havertz. Another great shout. Yeah, they're pretty decent. The reason I've gone for him in terms of captaincy for tonight is, as you can see here, the projected goals, he is 3rd on this list. Obviously, we're making that switch to Haaland tomorrow night. So yeah, that's the way that we're going to go with that one. Marcus Thuram's picked up an injury, I believe. He is flagged on FOTMob, so yeah. Yeah, I don't mind Lucas Digne, but again, they do have Maddison there ready. My rank is 3890 just now. Very nice. Keep wildcard and closer to KOs. Bro, I might just wildcard, leave you in the dust. Leave you in the dust. Bum 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 bum. Leave you just licking your lips, stuck in dust, drinking out of date milk. You know what I mean? Can't keep up with these moves. Right, let's have a look if we've had anything else. We've had a few more people send their teams in. Zakari we know is playing, so that's fine. Wildcard next week. I mean, you're in a pretty decent position this week, so that's fine. Luis Muriel, FPL. Lovely Luis Muriel. What a FIFA GOAT. That's a good team. That is a decent team. I think you've got plenty of options as well. Like the Pulisic captain shout as well for tonight. Hopefully that one goes well for you. Yeah. Yeah. Blimey, I look away from the chat for about 4 seconds and it just pops off. Love that. Love that. Any news? I think he is gonna miss the game. That's he's not in the FOTMob predictions. He's just in there. Red arrows will come soon. Yeah, it is all about rank preservation. We've got the wildcard next week to target the rest of the group stage because I do believe that is where we can make up the biggest gains. And that's why I'm tempted to take a -4. Again, it feels like one of these positions where we can just have a go for it. Valavojevic or Griezmann, I would be tempted with Valavojevic. Again, I know people are probably screaming at their monitors like, you're pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, sue me. Sue me. Is Saka still injured? Apparently he hasn't trained today. That's the rumours on Twitter. Whether or not I believe those rumours is a different deal, isn't it, really? Thuram apparently was flagged on FOTMob. He was the one that was flagged on FOTMob. If I head over to the Inter game tomorrow... Where is he? Oh, he's in the lineup. He must not be flagged anymore. He was flagged last night when I had a look. But yeah, he's back in here, so yeah. Lautaro's in this lineup as well. DeMarco, but again, from what I'm reading on Twitter is it's going to be a heavily rotated lineup. So I don't know how much I trust that. I really don't. Yeah, let's have a look if the Arsenal one's changed at all. No, it's still looking fairly similar-ish. Keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of today's deadline. As well, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Obviously, we are steadily approaching 10k subscribers. Very, very steadily. Of course, we're trying to hit 100 likes on today's stream as well. Yamal or Bellingham? Probably be Bellingham. Against his former club, I just fancy him. Yeah. I think that is the thing with UCL fantasy though. There is always going to be massive risks of rotation. Martinelli or Trossard, again, both of them in some lineups are predicted, other ones are not, and trying to decipher which one's going to be correct. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have the Milan news. We have the Milan lineup, don't we? Hey George, how's it going, my friend? Should I keep Adeyemi even if he's not playing against Madrid? Depends what the rest of your team's looking like. I hope there's a Grimaldo goal, bro. That'd be sick. 68th in the world? Jesus Christ, George. How did you get there? I know you had a good week last week. You joined me on the Limitless, and now you sat 68th in the world. Jesus. Who let you cook? Who let you cook? Hey? I'm just trying to have a look for any sort of leaks that we're getting on Twitter, by the way. Don't think I'm being rude and just ignoring you. I am actively looking for it. Rob's done a final update, actually, on the player markets. Ooh! Hoo-hoo! Still not top of your mini league yet. There's a few goats kicking around in there, isn't there? I mean, it's not the worst idea. How about wildcarding now to soak up points and potentially take a hit next match day? I would go triple city on a wildcard. Maybe. We'll have a think about it. The website I use is FOTMob. But RobTFPL has just posted an updated... let's head over to his Twitter. He's just posted this, an updated one. I don't know how much of that you can see, guys. You can see all of it. Wonderful stuff. So yeah, this is projected goals. So some Retigani, however you pronounce it, flew up on that list. Lookman as well, 0.62. He's absolutely flown up. Yeah, some other interesting names on there as well. Trossard's still fancied. Foden's crept up a little bit. Pulisic has fell a little bit, which is interesting. Don't know why that's happened. But yeah, some interesting names on there. Lookman could just be the one then. Maybe we just attack it. Maybe that's how we attack the week. We get Musiala out. We go Pulisic in for the early kickoff. João Neves out. Lookman in. And then finally that one out for Saliba. Saliba. And just enjoy that. Maybe we just do that. Attack the week. Attack the week. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe. Will you stream later for FPL? I will not stream later for FPL. The next stream will be on Thursday evening, and then, of course, the deadline on Friday. He's took some penalties, but I don't know if he's 100% on every single one. I think Frimpong's safe. Lewis and Akanji, there's risk. Probably would go Havertz. Saka to Trossard. Again, we don't know if Trossard's 100% playing. Pulisic or Barcola. Probably would go Pulisic for captain for me personally, mate. But, again, you go your own way. So, yeah, I think this is what I could be tempted with for a -4. Where's the league code? It's above my head. What scenario in the Champions League would edge towards Foden over Son in game week 9? Foden doesn't start or play. Valavojevic could also be a decent captain shout. He could be. Do we attack the fixtures? My heart is telling me yes. Would you rather transfer out an injured Adeyemi or one of Rafinha or Yamal? Depends when you're wildcarding, mate. If you're wildcarding next week, you might as well get rid of, Adeyemi, but it could be back for their run, which is still pretty decent. Both league codes are up above my head. They should be in the description as well. Yeah, I probably would be tempted to get rid of one of Yamal or Rafinha if you're wildcarding next week. I get it, but at least they're playing players, you know what I mean? At least they're playing players. This is what we're thinking currently with transfers, by the way. Saliba, Lookman and Pulisic in. It would be a -3. Yeah, that's the same problem I'm having. I would want an Arsenal player, but I don't know which one to go for. Do you think Son will still be on pens with Solanke on the pitch? Potentially. We'll have to wait and see till they get a penalty. Barcola or Pulisic? I think Pulisic probably for me. But obviously I've got both of them, so I'm in quite a luxury position here. Valavojevic or Havertz? I would probably go Havertz. No, I don't think he is going to start. But again, I've got him in there because it's a small doubt. Small hit, -3 for some decent options in. Yeah, they're all good options. We saw with the updated projected goals as well, they look decent. $12 million if you take Adeyemi. I mean, you've still got a lot of money to play with there, haven't you? You've still got a lot of budget there to kind of flick around a little bit. Don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. You knew what I meant. If you're enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Of course, subscribing to the channel as well, as we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers. If we could hit 100 likes by the end of today's stream as well, that would be massively appreciated. Looks like a lot of you are potentially going to be captaining Haaland this match day. 54% of you do believe he is the best captaincy option. I don't think there is. I think there's too many players for the poor devs to think about with that one. It is one mid, one defender. I'd be tempted with the 2 mid one, you know. Yeah, I think if you went the 2 mids, it's a bit more. Right, do we do this? I wanna try and get some Arsenal news because I want to know who's playing in that back line for Arsenal. Right, let's have a look what other questions we've got. No chips used. I mean, you could theoretically use a Limitless, but I think your team's fairly okay to probably get away with it and maybe save it for a week. We're in a bit more of a desperate position. Hey man, greetings from Colombia. Would you wildcard? Already used the Limitless. No, I think you should be okay. Obviously, take Musiala off the captaincy. You've got 2 free transfers. I think you can make it work. You're probably going to need a goalkeeper. So, 1 transfer, 2, 3, 4, because Kim's out. Actually, looking at this, you might want a wild card because I think you've probably got about 5 injuries here. Yeah, probably a wild card could be a decent option, you know. Finalize the team, taking a shot on an outliner in Danjuma in midfield from Girona. I hope it works out for you, my friend. Hope it works out for you. Havertz captain. I think he could be a decent captain shout for tonight. I like all the other picks you've got in here as well. Could be a decent one, man. Nothing in terms of an Arsenal leak. So that's not great. That's not great. What City defender would you bring in? I would bring in probably Lewis. Yeah, I think there's probably more upside in the mids, don't you? Depends who you're going for in the mids, but like if you got a Pulisic and a Lookman, I feel that's more upside. Unless you were maybe getting in like a Saliba, because I think they're clean sheet odds. I think they probably could get a clean sheet. See, they've got Trossard in that one, and it's just tempting, isn't it? It is just tempting. AFT website: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, California, Rice, Partey, Moreno, Trossard, Havertz, Pulis. Pau Torres a decent shout. It's an okay fixture, isn't it? It's an okay one. Akanji or Lewis. I think Akanji is in some of the predicted lineups, so it could be a decent option, but Lewis is also in them as well. Do I bet every week? I haven't had a bet in a while. Yeah. Maybe try with like lowercase and uppercase. I can't remember. I'll get someone else to send a link in at some point. Lewis / Akanji or Frimpong on the Limitless. I think Frimpong is definitely going to start, but it's whether or not you want to take a gamble on some of the City boys. That's where like the fun could be had, if you know what I mean. That's where some of the fun could be had. I prefer Saliba and Lookman / Pulisic. All right. Here's a question then, chat. The 3 that I've got here for a -4, or we replace Lookman with Trossard. Which do you think's the better 3 for me to bring in this week? So we've got Pulisic, Lookman, and Saliba. Or yeah, Gabriel could be a shout with set piece threat. Yeah, we'll get Gabriel in there. Let's get Gabriel in there. Where is he? Alright, so that's the free chat. So we've got Gabriel, Pulisic, Lookman, or we could go for Gabriel, Pulisic, and Trossard. Which 3 do you think would be the better 3? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat which option is the better one. Hakimi, or I would have Hakimi on the Limitless for me personally, my friend. When am I going to wildcard? Next week, I think. Yeah, next week. Although, with these transfers, we might be able to delay it a week. Maybe, potentially. They've got Inter, Stuttgart, Madrid. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to wildcard next week. Wildcard next week. Salah or Barcola? Probably Salah. In my opinion, Theo for Gabriel and keep Lookman for Trossard is a needless risk. Okay. Would you go Theo or Hakimi? Theo longer term for me. I'm not going to go for the Atalanta striker. Go for the front one. Go for Trossard. I'm going for him too. Yeah. The projected goal numbers as well for Arsenal looking really decent. A lot better than Atalanta. A lot better than Atalanta. So Atalanta 2.35, Milan 2.10, but I want Pulisic. I don't know if he will play. He's not in a lot of the predicted lineups. He is flagged on FOTMob with an injury, so I don't think he will play, personally for me. But yeah. We could have a bit of fun with Trossard. Could have a little bit of fun with Trossard. Somebody got me a predicted lineup. Don't look like it. Limitless used already. Not sure about my strikers. I think all your strikers are fine, mate. No problems with that team. That looks like a good team. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing, mate. Predicted points 8. Gorkarez 7.9. Havertz 7.6. These are the predicted points. Tasty. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Need to put that on the following. Jesus, the amount of just dust that came up on my timeline then. Captain America Pulisic. Nice. Captain America. Everybody's loving it. Yeah, I am thinking about potentially taking a -4. If you could only have one, Pulisic or Lookman, I think I would take Pulisic because I know he's playing. Yeah. True. I think it would probably be Stones maybe, or a Kanji, somebody that could probably slot in there. Am I taking a hit? Yeah, I'm thinking about taking a hit. I am thinking about taking a hit. There is an option where we don't take a hit, but I think there's more upside in it, for me personally. The guy that I've got here, Pitowski's a decent starting 4 million one. News about Saka, apparently he didn't train today. So take of that what you will. That's the rumours. He's not in the predicted lineups either. So yeah. If you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button as well. We are on the way to 100 likes. And of course, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well, as we are on our way to 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mental. When you score 122 points every week, you can afford to take a -4 hit. I think that's my 2 transfers then. Carvajal to Rafinha, Gabriel and Pulisic, or would you rather transfer out Yamal instead of Rafinha? I think you just take your own personal preference on that one. Best defenders to bring in if money is no object. Already have Saliba and Leverkusen defenders. Hakimi, Theo Hernandez. I'd just stick. Goalkeeper transfers are not worth it in my opinion unless you've got no goalkeeper. True, I think he will be prioritised. But that makes me think then, do I just have a gamble on like somebody like a Trossard? This is the big one, isn't it? This is the big one. All right, I'm gonna ask in the chat. I'm gonna start a new poll. Let me know which one I should go for. So we're gonna end the poll. So buy poll. Let's get a new one in. Start poll. Lookman. Oh. Who to buy for a -4 -4. Lookman. Trossard. Nobody. Don't take it. Right, there we go. Poll in the chat. Get your votes in for that one. Which one should I go for as the option? Who's the higher on the expected returns list? Good shout. Let's go and have a look. It is... This is the old one. This is the old one. I need the updated one. Where's the updated one? Rob T FPL. This is the one. So Lookman is a lot higher than both Trossard and Pulisic. So yeah, I think that's the way we're gonna go. 53% of you have already voted for Lookman as well. 13% of nobody, don't take the -4, and 33 have gone for Trossard. So get your votes in for that one. Yeah, we're still doing team ratings. If you want to send me a team on Twitter, we'll get it rated for you. Best, so we did that one. Limitless good this week? Yeah, I think it is. If your team's starting to look a little bit of a mess. I don't know about Gonavales, but yeah, Inacho's out. That makes me want to put Lookman in instead of Pulisic. The only reason I'm going with Pulisic is because I already know he's going to play. And he's had a really, really good start to the season. Lewis over Gvardiol because of potential rotation risk? Yes. Sent my team on Twitter? Cool, my friend. We will go and check it out for you. Like I said, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribing as well. It hasn't pulled through, mate. So maybe just drop me a follow. Make sure you are following me. Otherwise, sometimes it doesn't quite pull through. Anthony Gordon's just signed a new contract. Have we got anything here? Jeremy Doku absent. Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku and Kyle Walker absent from training. Jesus, City are really down bare bones. 61% of you have gone for Lookman on the boat over Trossard. I've changed my mind. Changed my vote on the poll as well. Watch Trossard bag a hat-trick tonight then. Debas or Hakimi? Hakimi. Or am I sure Wirtz will play? There is some doubt around him. There definitely is, and I can't 100% guarantee it. The FOTMob lineups don't have him in. So I would say take that at your own risk, really. But yeah, the poll is looking very, very juicy for Ademola Lookman, isn't it? It really is. I'll try and send it again. Yeah, no worries, man. Just like I said, make sure you are following me because sometimes it's a little bit dubious and doesn't quite always pull through. Yeah, Doku and Grealish not in the squad definitely guarantees a Foden start, doesn't it? Which means we could do a little bit of playing here. Right. Hear me out. We keep him. Wirtz a doubt, right? Wirtz is a doubt. So can we do this? Have I got enough money? Oh, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Oh. Oh. What do we reckon, lads? What do we reckon? Where do I send it? Under one of my most recent tweets. What do we reckon, lads? What do we reckon? What about that for a -4? Does that look a bit more juicier? Or is that does look sexy. It does look a bit sexy, you know. It does look a bit, looks a bit frothy, It does look a little bit frothy, you know. I'll check some teams in a second, but let me know, guys. Which option do you prefer out of that one? Foden over Lookman, yeah. I probably would have Theo over Hakimi long-term option. He looks a bit saucy, you know. It would be probably Hakimi then. I don't think he will. Verts for Pulisic, yeah, that's what we've done. Verts for Pulisic, Foden in. I would go with... Alright, okay, which one should I go for, chat? Should I go for this option or obviously the other one of Pulisic and Lookman? Both are saucy. Both are very, very saucy. Cool. Thank you very much, man. We'll go and check it out in a second. But yeah, let me know, guys. Is this the one? This is a saucy mama. Zooey mama, this is hot. This is hot and spicy under the covers. I'm gonna trust my gut and keep Verts. Yeah, I think that is probably the sensible move. And I do think Verts will play. It is risky. It is very risky. It is very risky, but we're a risky man sometimes. Rank 22k and that, and I will beat you this game week. You probably will, mate. You probably will. You probably will. But at the same time, I knew I probably wasn't going to have a good game week this week. I did it last week. How would a wildcard draft look, mate? I built one earlier and kind of identified the teams that we were obviously going to be looking to target. So, City were in there. I forgot what other teams were in there. But yeah, I probably would go through who's got the best fixture over the next few weeks. And then, yeah. Foden is not a guaranteed starter. He isn't, but he's in some of the predicted lineups. This is what I mean. It is risky. It is risky. It's a big old risk. Gonna plummet after this week. Bro, we're cooking. We're cooking. Right, we've had a few more people send me over their teams, haven't we? So we'll take a look at some of these. I think it has come through. Thinking of even getting Musiala out, Kabassi out, or Kane. I would probably keep Kane. I'd play Kane. I think you'd be fine. I think you'd be fine to play Kane. Musiala, yeah, I think I'd probably get out. I think if you've got the Limitless, play the Limitless because you've got so many players here playing against each other. Dortmund, like this team is set up for next week, this week to play the Limitless. Don't worry about the goalkeepers. Thinking of getting Rudiger and Musiala. Yeah, I won't worry about the goalkeepers. I might do Barcola. I'd probably leave Barcola, but I like the other moves that you suggest. Like, yeah, I'd get rid of... I think you could hold on to Rudiger. It'd probably be Musiala I'd be more tempted with. Yeah, probably Musiala. The one I would be more tempted with. My Limitless team, would you change anything? Griezmann. I had Griezmann in too many teams. I do think maybe Gyökeres is better option than Griezmann, but if you fancy Griezmann, man, go for it. Because why not? Why not? He's still a decent option. Verts or Yamal? Probably Verts on the fixture, but that's if he plays. Oh mate, I've got O'Connor in the EFL team tonight, so yeah. Hopefully a juicy clean sheet for Harrogate tonight. I'd love that. Mbappe or Watkins on the Limitless? I'd be more tempted with Watkins. I'd be more tempted. He does have a bad fixture, but at the same time, I don't think he necessarily... I maybe would be more tempted with getting that goalkeeper sorted. Will Mateo Kovacic play? Probably. Gavardio or Hernandez? I probably would go Hernandez. Probably would go Hernandez on that one. Right, where's my transfers? Right. It is a saucy boy. It is a saucy boy. I would probably have Zakaria, Watkins or Gyökeres as captain. Probably Gyökeres. All I'm gonna say is we're cooking on the promise I gave you on Sunday. What did you give me on Sunday? Are you accepting blanks for your injured defenders? Yeah. We're sucking them up. What was the promise you gave me on Sunday? Because there's two options here. There's Pulisic. Well, it basically comes down to we keep Neves in and have this. Or the other option was Pulisic and thingy and we keep Wirtz. I don't think he's playing tonight, is he? I don't think he's playing. They're in the early kickoff and he's not in the squad. Best goalkeeper for this game week? It probably is going to be somebody like a Raya, an Edison, somebody that will keep a clean sheet. Something like that. Maybe a goalkeeper that might see a little bit more action. Maybe the Sporting goalkeeper. They still fancy decently for a clean sheet, but could... Oh... No more football focus. Sometimes you just make me very, very erect. What a naughty man. Honestly, clip that. Clip that up. Clip it up. Get it sent to the police. Arrest me. You know what I mean? We are trying to hit 100 likes on today's stream, guys. We are edging ever closer to that goal. Around 11 of you need to hit that like button, and we've done it. So I'll be very, very happy with that one. Better option on the Limitless, Lookman or Barcola? I would probably go Lookman. Musiala, I would be tempted with somebody like a Foden, an Arsenal attacker, Pulisic, Lookman. And I think you could keep Rudiger. Like the clean sheet percentages are still pretty decent for their fixture this week. 34% isn't the end of the world, and he's playing. You've not got a goalkeeper. Sommer or Edison. Probably Edison, 64% chance of a clean sheet. Yep. Captain Pulisic or Vinny. I'd be maybe tempted with Pulisic. Jean Neves and Kane or Foden and Havertz. Foden and Havertz. I don't know actually who he is. I've never heard of him. Never heard of him. Right. I'm going to switch it back to the other way round because I think I preferred that one. So in comes Pulisic. And in comes Lookman. Like that. Would you keep Gnabry? Is he in the predicted lineup for tonight? Let's have a look. Or tomorrow, whenever they play. They play tomorrow, right? He is in the predicted lineup, but that obviously could become Garnacho. Not Garnacho. Musiala. I've been streaming for way too long. We have just hit 100 likes, so thank you very, very much, guys. You guys are absolute legends. As always, obviously, if you're enjoying the stream as well, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button as well. Massively appreciated by me. We are on that road to 10,000 subscribers. And yeah. Why would you pick Pulisic if Girona have higher goal scoring odds? The reason I'm doing it is because Milan actually score. Girona have been horrid in La Liga. I think they've only got around 12 players, someone said in the chat earlier as well, fit and available. And there's no one there that is clear and obvious, like the big boy. Pulisic takes penalties as well, and I absolutely love penalty takers in any FPL game. How did FPL go this weekend? We had a massive green. It was like 1.5 million in the end. Absolute stonk city. Alright, then if you're tempted with it, go for it. Do I add Martinelli? Some lineups have him starting, some don't. Again, Saka I don't think will start. No, I don't think I have seen your team, George. I don't think I have seen it. I'll have a look. I'll have a look, my friend. I'll have a look. Just return back to the stream. Why all of a sudden the phone now? This was what we originally had anyway. And yeah, I'm just tempted with it. I am just tempted with it. I was tempted with Lookman last week. I'm gutted I didn't go there last week because he did so well. And I feel like he could do quite well against Celtic. They're not a good team. Frimpong, Akanji, or Lewis on the Limitless? Lewis. Rodgers is an okay option. Yeah. Yeah, let me have a look, George. Let me have a look if you sent it in. I can't see it, mate. So yeah, you might need to send it in again. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, let's have a quick check because we are going to have to make our transfers soon. I'm going to have to make them soon. EFL Fantasy as well back tonight for the second round of the match day. That could be a saucy boy, couldn't it? Oh, zooey mama. Oh no, sorry mate. Sorry mate. I didn't. Yeah, I've not seen it in the chat. I think I must have been off doing something else. Good 5 mil defender. Good question. Very good question. I think Rico Lewis, for what he is, would probably be my favourite. In terms of other defenders under that price point, I think we went through some other ones earlier as well. De Bass could be a decent shout for this week. Same with Barr. Pau Torres, people have obviously suggested. A Atalanta defender could also be a decent shout. Best front three on a Limitless. Gyökeres, Haaland. Then I think you've got a choice of Havertz. Some other players that aren't coming to my head. The guy from Atalanta. Watkins. A Real Madrid forward. Frimpong or Theo? Theo. Barr, Schlotterbeck, Lewis. Yep. De Bass. All great options. I love and despise fantasy football. Mate, it helps to pay my bills, so I ain't complaining. Havertz and Gyökeres for captaincy. Havertz has better projected goals on the old projected goals thing we'll come on to look at in a second. One last change. Tomori. All right, I hope it works out for you, man. There is decent clean sheet odds, so let's see if it works out. Let's see if it cooks along for you. I hope so. But yeah, what was I saying to someone about the projected goals? Yeah, oh yeah, here. So yeah, Havertz here with second. So yeah, definitely worth some consideration for captaincy. Big time. Big time, baby. Bastoni or Frimpong? Frimpong. I think that team's fine. Genuinely, I think that team's fine, George. I think you'll be buzzing with it, mate. Will Grealish start? No, apparently he's not trained today. Mate, as soon as you get in, it's like injecting pure heroin, isn't it? Fantasy football. Once you've had a taste of it, you're hooked for life. You really, really are. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button. Of course, subscribing to the channel as well, as we are fast approaching 10,000 subscribers. If we could hit that goal, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, especially by the end of the month. Would be incredible. Genuinely would be incredible. Again, I can look at that thing for you if Watkins or Griezmann do appear on there. I don't think either of them do, actually. Let's have a quick check down the list. I'm not seeing either of them on there, to be honest. Unfortunately. Oh, no, there's Ollie Watkins. Griezmann not to be seen. So if you want to go off the betting markets, Watkins is more fancied. Am I not making changes? Yeah, I'll make changes in a minute. Don't worry, we'll make them in a second. I would start the Sporting goalkeeper. Havertz out of all of those picks you've just suggested there, mate. Keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 15 minutes till the first game does start. It's been another great stream. I absolutely love streaming to you guys because you're active. We have great chats. And yeah, it's just good fun, isn't it? Obviously, if you are an FPL fan as well, there will be probably a 4-hour FPL stream on Friday. So make sure, if you're new to the channel, you're hitting that subscribe button with bell notifications on as well, so you will be notified when I do go live for that one. But yeah, we'll probably do about a 4-hour stream that day. Just try and get as close as we possibly can to 10,000 subscribers, because if we do hit it, my gosh, yeah, it'll be good. Brother does love streaming. It's not the only thing I love. It's not the only thing I love. Nice. No worries, man. No worries. Hopefully a good game week for you, my friend. You will have 3 if you only make 1 transfer. Please do not spam. You're going to go on mute for spamming. You can just put it in. Oh, one of the mods has already done it. Yes. Up the mods. Worth taking out Kane for Havertz. Not for me, in my opinion. Thank you very much, Andy, for obviously... or George. Whoever put that guy on mute. Come on. See you soon, Andy, mate. Good luck. Hopefully a big... hopefully a big Villa win. I X my team. Any thoughts? Not used any chip? Yeah, we'll go and check a look for you, Greg, my friend. Like I said, guys, there's no need to spam in the chat. Just get your question in, and we will get round to it eventually. I do try to answer as many questions as possible. Cool. Let's have a look at this team. Not used any chips. It could be. I mean, you could probably get away with it this week, but it's not great. Doku's not trained, so I could be tempted there to potentially suggest. There you go. I reckon you can get away with transfers this week. Doku's not going to play. Maybe get one of these guys out and bring in a Lookman, a Pulisic, something like that. And then use your Limitless further down in the group stage. Was thinking about switching Frimpong to capitalise on either City or Inter's clean sheet odds. Also, should I replace the 23rd player with a 22nd player? Yeah, I probably would say maybe go and get a City player in there. Like, stack it full of players that are really fancy for clean sheets. But I think you've got an... I maybe would want one more 23rd in here, but I think you're fine. I ideally think you're fine. My Limitless team for this week, what do you think? Barely see it, but looks good. Yeah, looks good, mate. Looks good. Looks decent. Looks decent. Yeah, I know. It's still Twitter for me as well. No worries, Greg, mate. Anytime. Do I think Musiala will start? I do not. I think there'll be a late call on it. Yeah, we're still doing team ratings. I do actually need to get my transfers in and finalised, obviously, as well. Fairy tale for the final. I hope it happens. I do hope it happens for you, man. I really, really do. It'd be great to see Villa reach the knockouts. Yeah, you're down bad, George, if you're thinking about that as a captaincy option. You're down bad, mate. You're down bad. Come on, sort it out. Keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 15 minutes as well. Keep those subscriptions flying in the door. Whew. I reckon we do it. I reckon we do our moves. We make our moves. Benfica team being overlooked for a 1 week punt. Definitely so. Definitely so, but we're doing this. Bosh, take the -4. Zippity Zoy. Date, who plays today? Gabriel, so he needs to come in for you. And then everyone else on the bench plays on the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. 23rd. Yep, everyone looks all good and dandy. Gorkarez as captain. Sexy stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay with that. Would love to know your opinion on this Limitless team. I like it. Cambiasso, I think, could be a doubt for the game. Can't remember what Bobby retweeted, but just check that one. Check that one. Everyone else, though, looks decent. Right, that is how we are loading into this week. Did I save it? I think I've saved it. I think we're good. Just quickly check on my phone, but that is how we're loading for this week. We've just taken the -4. We've gone for it. We've gone balls deep. We have to. You know what I mean? We're taking a -4. You got to go for it sometimes, don't you? You just got to go for it. Live a little. You know what I mean? Who is the best Inter defender? They're going to heavily rotate. So trying to predict that, not probably going to be the best. I like the Gundo pick. I do like the Gundo pick, but I think Lookman and Rodgers are probably the more sensible picks. I think Slot will play. Gavardio might not play, so he could be the one that would do it. Yeah, Verts is a risk, but we're rolling with it. Let's do it. I think Lookman's got the best for projected goals. So, yeah. He's got the best projected goals for this week in terms of the betting market. Best captain today, Gorkarez, Pulisic. You could go for one of the Madrid boys if you really fancied them against Dortmund. Around 10 minutes left, guys, till the deadline. Make sure you're getting your likes in. Of course, hitting that subscribe button as well if you are new round here. Of course, we are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. Look at George trolling away in the chat. What a troll, eh? What a troll you are, George. Yeah, how are Palace doing, mate? Yeah, that's what I thought. Predictions for the games. Lots of goals. There will be lots of goals, as always. Foden or Pulisic? I would be tempted with Foden. I really, really would. He had a great game week for me in Matchday 2. But Pulisic has been really, really decent and a penalty taker. So I probably would go Pulisic. Havertz or Gorkarez for captain. Havertz is higher up on the betting projected goals market. Gorkarez, though, takes penalties. Confirmed. So, yeah. It depends when you're wildcard in with that one. Depends when you're wildcard in. That's what I'd say to that one. When are you thinking about wildcarding? Palace versus Mansfield next season. Bro, let's go for it. Yeah, I support Mansfield Town, who play in League 1. We also play tonight. Same night as Champions League. We're just not in it. I'm tripled up on City, but no defenders. Should I replace Frimpong with an Inter defender? No. Not for me. Not for me, my friend. Thoughts? Trossard's the gamble I was thinking about. The rest looks decent. Obviously, Bastoni might be a doubt, but I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. We need to tweet, actually, don't we? Where's the snip tool? Get the old snipper out. That sounded dodgy. And then a lock. Pulisic. $8K world. Bosh. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. That's done. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, that's going to get absolutely... Oh, dear. I'm one key at a time because I've got my hands on, like, other things. Like, again, it just sounds wrong. It just always sounds wrong, doesn't it? It just always sounds wrong, whatever comes out of my mouth. One key at a time. I am a boomer. You know what I mean? I'm not a young gun anymore. I'm aging. 25 next year. Jesus. Just a boomer. Just a boomer. Right, we are approaching the deadline. Make sure you're keeping your questions coming in. Any late dilemmas, we will try to answer them. Like I said, we will be live for probably about 4 hours. On... What day is it? Friday, when the FPL deadline stream is. Come on, George. Come on, mate. Keep it PG. Keep it PG. Come on. And if you are going to make it, Yeah. Havertz nailed. Not 100%, but he's in a lot of the predicted lineup, so I think you're fine. Salah or Foden? Probably I'd take the gamble on Foden. I'd go Gorkrez. I probably would go Havertz over Gorkrez. If I could have Havertz, I would have Havertz. But I can't. Any questions you do have, guys, get them in. We've got about 5 minutes till the games do kick off, and obviously, we start the old stream back up. Plenty more FPL content coming your way as well. There will be my team selection coming out tomorrow for, of course, match day 9. Who is the Adiemi of this match day? Hopefully, it's Pulisic. Hopefully it is. Or Bizot. You know what I mean? It's going to be someone rogue, isn't it? It always is. Gorkrez or Watkins? I would prefer having Gorkrez. I really would. It really would. About 5 minutes, guys, till the stream does obviously wrap up. I hope you've enjoyed everything we've gone through in today's stream. Boom, 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 boom. Any questions that you do have, final 5 minutes. I think my chat might have died again, you know. I think my chat might have axed itself on my other computer. Let me just load back in on my laptop rather than looking at fixtures. I enjoyed hearing about your sniffer. Gundo or Barcola or Rogers? Probably Barcola out of all of those ones for me. That's probably the way I'd go with that one. Pulisic party, baby. Poo poo. Let's hope so. We can get a bit of Pulisic look. That would be nice. It would be very, very nice. I hope. Well, we're already going to go down in rank after today anyway because we've taken a -4. But hopefully Pulisic can deliver. Or is he going to be poo? I hope not. Gorkrez as well. Hopefully going to cook up some magic tonight with the armband. Usually whenever me and my flatmate captain the same player, it goes quite well. Captain Pulisic, Valavojevic or Lookman. I mean, Lookman plays tomorrow, so probably between the other two. I mean, if we do, we do. It's a game. It's not like FPL. It doesn't matter as much. Who's got Pulisic in the chat? Everybody should have Pulisic. We're loving a bit of Pulisic action. That's why we've got the AC shirt on. We're representing for him. We're loving it. We're loving it for him, bless him. We are loving it. We've probably got about 2 minutes till the deadline, guys. I am going to probably not stick around for too long afterwards just because, you know, we've been streaming for close to 3 hours. My voice is a bit raspy. We've probably got a 4-hour stream on Friday. And I need the toilet. So, you know, there's a lot to get through there. A lot to process. And we've got to watch a big Pulisic masterclass. Gorkrez or Pulisic? I'm going to go with Gorkrez. Higher up on the projected goals model, but both take penalties and both could have really good weeks. Inevitable Red Arrow FC. Poo and Sick is going to cook. I hope so. Big up Pulisic. Let's have it. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. Like I said, if you have enjoyed today's stream, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, liking the stream as well. It does push it out to more people, and that is exactly what we want to see for all of these streams. And we are approaching 10,000 subscribers. If we hit that on Friday, who knows what could happen? Genuinely, who knows what could happen in that stream on Friday if we went to hit it. Who's on pens for Atlanta? I don't know. I think it might be the forward. Somebody might know. Someone might know in the chat, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, I don't watch too much European football. I base a lot of this off like betting markets and kind of make my picks off that. FPL is my speciality, and EFL, they're the leagues that I watch a lot. I don't watch foreign football leagues. The only time before this season, before playing UCL Fantasy, didn't watch Champions League football. Lovely. OBS is disconnected, but apparently it's reconnected. I think we might have had like a split second where I dropped out, maybe potentially. Hopefully not. But I hope it's Lookman. I do hope it's Lookman. We've got about a minute till the deadline, guys, so make sure you're getting your teams locked and loaded ahead of this game week. But yeah, good luck to everyone. Hopefully we can end on another big, stinky green arrow. Do quite well. Hopefully cook up another masterclass this week. But hopefully everybody else in the chat as well is getting green arrows this week. Thank you for everybody that's been in today's stream as well. Absolute legends. 2 hours 45 for another lengthy, girthy stream. Plenty of subs got in. Plenty of likes as well. Absolutely smashed it in that regard as well. And yeah, you guys have been absolute legends as always. So I think, yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. It has just hit 45. I'm just going to quickly refresh this. That doesn't look good. Yeah, I think that's safe to say the deadline has gone. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. If you played the Limitless this week, hopefully it works out for you as well. Absolute legends as always. And yeah, I will see you very, very shortly. Like I said, big stream coming on Friday as well, but I'll see you for that one. Good luck, everyone. See you in a couple days.